start recording. Do I sound okay and background music sound okay levels wise to everything? I have a fan on too, so hopefully y'all, if you let me know if you hear that. I don't think anybody can hear it.
I won't be able to hear it over the sound of my own fan.
Yeah.
I got mine right now too.
I have my air conditioner going.
Comment down below whether you have a fan on when you're watching.
Yeah.
Turn on your fan so you won't complain about our background
If
noise.
you're a fan of the left hand, turn your fans on now.
Oh God, Cheryl, what the hell?
Oh.
Wow.
Demetria dies.
Amnon is nowhere to be seen.
So we're at a point where the left hand go on a mission to thwart the head mage of the Tower of the Black Staff. Now, by all purposes, they believe and know that this person is their old party member, Eldricon, a sorcerer who in his past had gone through, he told them, some kind of strange, arcanic, alchemical experiment where they experimented on his body. And so he always, in the time that they spent with him, he always hid most of his form under like heavy garments and cloaked, and they recall half of his face being lizard-like. And when they hear all this talk of the Draconians now, these dragon-like figures that they have now fought, they remember Eldricon telling him that his mother, he was born to this cult that was trying to bring these very creatures into the world, turning humanoids into these creatures. He's been gone for some time, and the party found their way, infiltrated their way into the Tower of the Black Staff. They uncovered some interesting information about about the previous titles of the Black Staff, mostly his name being Kelvin, who they now know he is long dead, but is the love of Lady Silverhands at one time in life. They know a little bit about Vajra, who is now the new Black Staff, or was before, if we believe Eldricon took her place, but they haven't been able to find her. They climb the tower and all its magical properties. They find the study. They understand that Eldricon has been keeping tabs on them and has been studying them. Demetria comes across a very interesting calling deck of cards, and that I believe Amnon picked up first, but then they kind of ended up in her hands. They also find some other things, and Machina finds some information that let him know that Eldricon had gone to the place of his creator and brought back one of those creations. Speak of the devil. And that one of those creations happened to be in the room with a cloak over it. It arose, and I'll fix the pictures here. They didn't mess things up too much. Arose and started to attack everyone. There was a fight with this big behemoth of a robot in the tower, but they were able to bring it down. And in a smart way, as the machine was crushing the floor, the group knew that there was a force field around all the magical elements on the side of the tower that they had climbed earlier, knowing that those force fields repelled you when you tried to touch something or grab it. And so with the machine smashing to the floor and taking this huge tumble, it took a ton of force damage. Really the only thing that, it was actually not immune to, blowing it into many pieces. And from that point, Machina went to go search the pieces and found out some information from his creator about him specifically, and not about the creation, and actually rifled through the parts and took some of the pieces and kind of fitted one of those, a piece that it would eventually become like an extra shoulder pad, an extra piece of armor on Machina's shoulder. That piece is now a let me find it here. It is now it does give you, where did I put the note? Let me go to Okay, once per 24 hours, one piercing, slashing, or bludgeoning damage that Machina takes can be halved, just one, with the new piece that has been added. The rest of the party found a doorway that led to a study, and not a study, but like a I forget what it's called, but like a parlor, like a tea parlor or whatever. And in that room, they found the armoire or like this wardrobe that was connected to like a letter that they had found about that Kelvin had talked about having a connection to his love, Silverhand, so that he could visit her in the castle. They found the words that they needed to speak to make the magical wardrobe activate. They now know it to be a teleport to somewhere on the other side. If it's to be the palace, that's what they expect. And then they sat down and decided to just kind of like catch their breath, recoup before they push forward. And while they were doing that, Bo, with keen eyes, picked up on that wardrobe opening and someone's hand kind of peering out, glowing, and everyone, knowing that to be the sign of a spellcaster about to cast a spell. And that's where we ended our session. Does anybody like to add anything to that you guys can kind of go around, maybe talk through, add anything, or maybe even talk about what you wanted, how you want to approach this while I fix the screen here.
We didn't happen to get a long rest in there, did we?
Dude, we did not get a long rest. We did not even get to a short rest. This happened during the short rest.
Well, add another tally in the column for Malcolm not letting us have a short rest.
It doesn't happen often. I roll the dice. It's a random thing sometimes. This time it was no short rest. You guys get more short rests than not. I think over the course of the campaign.
Oh my god, it's so hot out. I had this chocolate bar in the freezer before we started, and it's like totally melted now.
Oh.
Sounds terrible, Cheryl.
I suffer so much.
That's
The
disgusting.
hard
Truly.
life. I should just throw it away, Waste of chocolate. Anyway, I pulled 5 cards from the deck now.
That reminds me of have you ever seen the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt?
No.
Yeah,
No,
I have.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
There's like in like the first or second episode, we meet like this really rich lady, right? And so our main character is like talking to her. Rich lady offers her, she's like, "Oh, do you want a water?" She pulls this water out of her fridge, and she's like, "Oh no, I'm okay, thank you." She just throws it in the trash.
I really love that show, man. I think I kind of whatever went to the second season or something. I kind of fell off a little bit because it got weird. But man, that first season of it, man, I don't know about the rest of it's good. But that first season's really good.
I think I watched the second season. I think the third season's where I stopped caring about it because it was just like about that one guy, and I was like, I don't care about him.
Yep, that's exactly right. You're right. The second season was pretty good too. That first season though was really good.
Oh, so funny.
Yeah.
I quote it all the time. Oh.
Y'all know who she is? She's the chick from The Office, man. She was Erin in The Office.
Yeah, the new secretary replaced
And the
Pam.
secretary at the end of The Office. Yeah. Comment down below if you remember Erin in The Office.
God,
it was
her being
the bad seasons of The Office, not the good seasons.
I just keep thinking about her being what's her name? Jane, whatever her name is, the blonde lady.
Pam?
Like her, huh?
Pam?
No. What's her name? Jane, whatever. The rich blonde lady from the show.
Oh yeah.
Her being the fact that they revealed her as Native American and she was.
Dude, it was so good though. That was so good.
It was so stupid. I loved it.
Oh my god.
Her just looking in the mirror.
That was like the
holding up,
best part about that show. Like it was like so outrageous, dude. It was kind of like Flight of the Conchords a little bit. It was like it was that same type of humor in the beginning.
God, I love that like chaos humor. It's great.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and roll initiative now.
Yay!
Oh, come on. Damn it.
No, yay, positivity. Woo!
Bo,
One.
you will get advantage on your initiative roll.
Nice.
Yay!
I already do get an advantage on initiative.
Oh, okay.
That was-
Then I.
Can I give my advantage to Demetra, who is next to me?
Sure, I'll allow that.
Cool.
Oh, we don't all get advantage. It's just Bo.
Unfortunately.
Well, you're next to me, so I could like nudge you and like.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
like
good,
looking up.
because my first roll was a 1, my second roll was a 19, and that's plus 2, so 21.
All right.
I got a 17.
I also got a 17.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I just poured beer all over.
Which one of you wants to go first, or which one of you has the higher?
I got a 12.
Bo could go first.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind.
Oh, you, yes, sir, please.
Sure. Tempe bows a little bit in the flourish.
We get slaughtered as we're bowing to each other.
It comes
You
right
guys, it's like Avatar: Lost Airbender. You knock.
Well, we're
forehead.
gentlemen at least.
You're all gentlemen. Demetria's like licking her mace, ready to kill someone.
That's you now. Look, guns out. You got the guns out over here.
It's way too hot to be in that shirt.
Comment
Yeah,
down
you're
below. Cheryl's
matching
got the guns
Demetria
out.
pretty well today.
Yeah.
In your Demetria cosplay.
I haven't been working out. I lost my bicep cuts. I'm so sad.
Got the Vasquez look going. You see the bandana,
Oh,
the big
yeah.
gun.
Then doing the pull-ups. That's why I want to be able to actually do pull-ups so that I can be Vasquez for aliens.
I did a pull up once.
She was doing like the behind the head ones too. She was
Yeah,
like doing
yeah.
the
What was that like?
tricep pulls.
Terrible.
Never been there.
I don't know what Amnon rolled. We'll wait until he gets back, and then I don't know if
Then he rolled a
12.
And then Jameson got a 19.
12.
Jameson got a 19.
19 overall. Yep.
Hey, Jameson.
Somewhere. I'm a girl.
Jameson,
scout.
did you hear the benefit of the thing that you got from the robot?
Yep.
Okay.
So what I wrote down is once per day, resist 1 instance of bludgeoning, slashing, or piercing damage.
Yep. You got it. That's perfect.
Hey, Malcolm, does the dragon collar have any special abilities or magical effects?
It's at the moment no, because its only effect is for Tiamat. But it does make your staff a +2 weapon if you use it if you're like fighting with it, which you don't do. I meant to but it doesn't have any other. It's just like it's a magical weapon. It's a magical staff.
Okay,
+2,
so it gives me a +2.
Yep. So you can add that.
Sweet, thank you. I should have asked earlier.
Yeah, I probably got lost in the shuffle. So many things were happening when I gave it to you.
Yeah, that's
Um,
That's fantastic.
I will
think I
also.
feel
What
like
I will
that.
also do, since you asked, I'll also give it. I'll give you like, remind me after this game, and we'll just count it as the time that like you've been slowly attuning to it. We'll give it a couple of random properties, but I'll have to roll for those properties. So sometimes it might be a spell, or it might be a couple cantrips or something like that. Oh, now definitely Vasquez now.
Do like a chaos. Yeah, do a chaos magic.
Wild magic.
Don't
At
put
the
no
wrong-
brown makeup on your skin. As long as you don't do
No,
that, you're
no.
good.
I will stay Caucasian. Thank you.
Oh god, how out of character for Cheryl.
That's so good though. Oh man.
I just had to. Oh, that's so good. It's literally one of those characters I don't even care because I love the character so much because I grew up just like watching Vasquez and be like, dude, that's a little Jewish lady? Wait, what? Like, I was like-
Jeanette Goldstein.
Yeah.
Jeanette Goldstein.
Oh my God. Was that her name?
Yep.
Yeah, Jeanette Goldstein. She's also John Connor's mom in Terminator 2, who's like, how's Wolfie? She's the same lady. That's Vasquez as
Oh,
well.
really?
Because James Cameron uses the same
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Yeah. She's mom. She's the deadbeat mom, the bad orphan parents or the adopted parents.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's dope. She can she's got looks. Like she was able to like change herself. I was like, it took me years to like realize that. I'm like, I didn't know that was.
Dude, I would have never, if you didn't say that, I would have not in a million fucking put that shit together.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome now. Damn, now I want to go see T2. Damn it, Malcolm. I'm trying to go see Early tonight.
Also, the only
At least
other
two.
forgivable blackface of all time is Robert Downey Jr. in
Island Dun.
I don't care what
Tropic
nobody
Thunder,
says.
right?
That movie's amazing. Like
Tropic
it's also a
Thunder? Yeah, I
satire.
agree.
So,
I agree.
Tropic Thunder. Like I have I don't. He should not feel bad for
Not at
people
all.
coming after
Not
him today for that. Dude, shut up. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like the fact that he's doing it. It's even addressed in the film. So like
Yeah.
it's not something that
Yeah.
everybody can do, but it works. It completely works. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So I think that's where we're at. I just want to get the dice rolls there. So,
Why do I keep freezing? Hello?
Oh, yeah, you are.
uh-oh.
I'm like, Lex is just watching with this look as
I thought he was
goes
just
down the
sitting
list
still.
of acceptable black and brown face roles in Hollywood.
I'm pondering, I'm calculating, thinking about
He's
all
like-
of them.
I'm like, oh, Lex is really internalizing this. Lex is really letting this.
I'm over here like, am I drunk? And-
You're like, let me just say that this is how Cheryl is nothing like Cheryl, and then I'm gonna stop here and I'm gonna stare at the camera.
And
That's
so
like how your lighting kind of puts you and the purplishness of Bo. It matches with your
Yes.
lighting right now.
Yes,
You did that on purpose? Of course
yes,
you
I
did.
did.
Boo.
Listen,
Everything that Lex does is on purpose. Come
Lex
on.
always
How
does
long have
that.
we been playing this game together?
Yeah, that's true.
listen. I love to do a thing.
Having props is a big thing. Like
I
what-
will say,
There's a
I
Yeah.
love having a
Have a
prop.
I have little the finger puppets that come with the Beatles Strahd set. Steven sets them up at my place at the table for Strahd because I've collected them in game.
nice.
So I'm always like jingling them around, looking at people when I'm talking to them.
That means he bought the Beetle and Grimm's like set,
Yeah.
which is like
Yeah.
200 some
Yeah.
bucks. Like that's it's going on. That's great. Okay.
Malcolm's out here like Cheryl plays with another guy who buys things. Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm.
yeah.
It's
Like,
like
where's this
divorced,
DM?
divorced parents trying to buy your love by buying you shit.
We're gonna
Does
see.
he raffle
nasty
off gifts to you? What
comments.
what did he give you last month?
No, instead he bitches about me being late every day. That's what he does.
All right. So in this moment, they're all kind of resting, and as they're just kind of, I imagine that they never really, they're always still attentive, but Bo is like watching, with the cigarette in hand and seeing that door move without even creaking. And
Wardrobe.
it gives him the opportunity, because I'm going to treat it as, because I rolled for the guy behind the thing failed, even though they had advantage, so got lower than you. So Bo, you get a surprise. So this, even though you're last in round, you get to go first right now.
I'm gonna. Can I throw a hand axe? I want to try to cut off his hand.
Left hand, yeah.
We're recruiting.
Everyone's gonna assume that we are called that because we cut off people's hands. No, that's not why we're called.
But we should now, though, right? I think we can make that canon.
In like 100 years, it's gonna be one of those fun facts. People are like, oh, that like famous adventure team, the Left Hand? They weren't actually called that because they common misconception.
Only if Malcolm
I'll be right
writes
back, guys.
his adventure.
Yep. So here's the wardrobe. This is where the target is, right? Basically right behind that door. You can see the
Okay.
hand. Are you going to rush? You're throwing it, or you're rushing?
I'm
over
gonna
to cut it
throw a hand axe.
All right, go for it, and you make it. They're gonna get the benefit of cover. So, but you're going. But if you hit him, I will allow you to take the hand.
Let me see if.
Like the benefit of an AC boost is what they'll get.
Fuck! I can only reckless attack from melee. Okay.
If you want to melee, and you got a free, so you got a free.
I mean, if I
action.
can move there, then yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just go. In that case, I'll just go, and then I'll use my glaive, and I'll try to stab it.
You like take a final drag off the cigarette,
Oh,
and
glaive
as
is
you're
slashing.
standing, you pass it to
Okay.
Demetria.
Yeah, as I'm pass. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to slice it off with my glaive. All right, I'm gonna reckless attack. I'm gonna do great weapon master.
Get him.
Okay, it's already a 19 on the first one, plus whatever, plus
That's gonna hit.
5, so 24. 24 to hit. Plus 1d10 plus 6, plus 15. So, 23 slashing damage. Alright, and 22 slashing damage, 1 force damage.
So you thrust the glaive outward, and it slashes like almost like it is as though you're going for a pierce, but it like slashes into the door, and the hand goes flying off. And everybody else there, like no one even noticed why you shot across the room, but they noticed the bloody hand, and you all see the hand like as it slams under the table, it kind of like curls up, and you can see the magical essence like leaving the hand, like almost like whatever spell was being cast, like just dissipating, causing it to shrivel into like a dry, desiccated hand. and there's this guttural scream from a male scream. Oh, my hand! He took my spear hand! Staggering back, like as the door kind of wobbles a bit. That's your surprise action. Anything else? Bonus otherwise, we moved to Demetrius. If I'm not mistaken,
I will bonus action. I should have done this first. I should have gone to a rage first. Can I say I went to a rage first?
Oh, yes.
Okay, cool.
You're like, just to get that off the checklist.
Yeah.
Dimitri, you are up. So you see him. Everybody sees him attacking the door, but then you now know someone's behind it. And you hear the scream. You hear someone stumble back inside, and then you hear like a whoop, whoop, and then you no longer hear the scream.
There's a dog in that thing. Okay. Well, this was where we needed to go anyway, right? This was the next step in the task, was get through this because this was the magical doorway wardrobe, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so no use in trying to barricade this door. Time to do what Dimitri does best and abash. So I'm gonna go up next to. Can I go up next to Bo? Do I want to Do I want to yank open the door and hit them, or do I want to try and bash through the door to hit them?
Well, I'm assuming that the whatever portal was open is closed, so we'd have to reopen it.
I open the door.
As
Ready
you
to
do,
swing.
like the clothes that are inside of there are kind of billowing, and it's like a very quiet wind, or the coldness that you feel, and it's not a light, but you can just feel like that. Like a hall, like if you step into it, you can go to the other side.
Mm.
And you can hear the very faint muddle, like frantic voices on the other side from how close you are. Because you're practically standing with the doors open, with your with your mace up and your shield up. And are your shield floating, or is it in your hand?
It's in my hand.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I'll bonus action let it float. I'll bonus action send it floating. Okay. So I have one other hand to manipulate things with. I don't get a bonus from using two hands on the Mace of Disruption, but
I don't think you do. Yeah, but you can, and so if you stepped 5 feet in, you would essentially be on the other side.
Rachel's gonna look at Bo and she's gonna be like, "I mean, we got to go through here at some point, right?"
We're right behind you.
And she'll rush in. Left hand.
Wait, could I rush in too?
It's not your turn yet.
On my turn, I rush in.
And so as she does, she
wow.
Dimitri established when there's this guy on his knees, blood is spouting out of his arm, and it's this kind of dark room in this.
The Mace of Disruption lets off their bright light.
Yeah, and the room appears to be the insides. You just immediately from the way the windows are shaped, you can tell that you are in the palace. This definitely does not look like Laurel's maybe quarters. A lot of the there's a well, that's actually supposed to be up. There's a lot of bookshelves and things, and with and they seem to things have been moved around. There's a mirror shattered in the corner. There's this alchemical table there with some potions and things on it, and on a thing over on a shelf over here. There seems to be rubble that's fallen from the ceiling, and you notice that there are cracks in the wall in the room, and directly ahead of you, of course, the figure that is kind of on his knees. There's another figure standing with a staff who's cloaked, and looks like another spellcaster who's kind of weaving his hand up, and then standing in the doorway with this torch of this violet magical flame is a knight standing beside two draconian or not draconian, but two soldiers of the dragon army beside him. It's up to you.
All right.
And they just see you just come bursting through this wardrobe on the other side.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this guy out of his misery, and I'm gonna attack him. I'll just attack him the one time first to see whether I can kill him or not. So
Okay.
First attack on that one guy. It's a 19 plus 9.
That's gonna
to hit with the Mace of Disruption. He's not an undead or a fiend, right?
Not an undead, just regular old human.
All right, so that's going to be 2 plus 6 points of bludgeoning damage and
Okay.
7 points of radiant damage.
How do you kill him? How do you do it?
I just, real matter of fact, from their perspective, this guy leans in to open the door, suddenly yells, reels back, clutching the bleeding someone, falls to his knees, and then in a burst of light holding the Mace of Disruption, this armored red tiefling bursts in and with one downward swing just handles him. And then I'm going to pull my shoulders back and I'm going to look at, between the guy in the doorway and the spellcaster, who looks like they're in charge?
The definitely the knight in the center of the room with the 2 guards on side of him. He like looks over at the spellcaster, who kind of looks a bit shook for a second, and he kind of looks at him, like turns his way, and you can see the pits inside of the knight's helmet kind of glow with a faint thick flicker of dark light.
I'm gonna can I say, I know thaumaturgy is like a cantrip. Can I say that I thaumaturgy my voice to be like really booming and really intimidating, and I have like eyes locked on the knight, but I'm kind of like going to be addressing the whole room, and Demetria is going to say, "Put down your weapons, and you won't be harmed." And then I will. Can I hold my second attack? Because I only used my 1 attack so far.
That's a good question. I'll allow you to hold that. You're holding?
It's if anyone gets
portion
into
of your action.
Yeah, it's okay if it's a no. You can say that I'm using the other attack.
Yeah. I'm gonna say no here. You won't be able to use the attack again, but you can definitely do the intimidation. So give me a intimidation check by using your voice to boom upwards. I'm gonna roll for those who are in the room.
That's an 18 plus 8, so that's 26 intimidation.
Okay.
The name of Bahamut. Not that he's around, but they don't know that.
The 2 knights, the 2 soldiers just kind of back up, and take a step back as your voice kind of booms up. The magician kind of knows what you're doing, but also just saw what you did, and he immediately goes, "Please, I don't want to die. I they're making us do this. I was just apprentice of the Black Tower." And he's just kind of like trying to scream out some things and surrender in front of you. So he's on his knees, like, "Please, but help us, but help me." And he's like trying to, it's not even coming out yet. It's just starting to come out, but you can tell he's waving the white flag.
Can I, as I'm like ending my turn, can I kind of turn over my shoulder and like shout through the portal, focus on the knight to everyone so that they know not to...
Give me a strength check.
Strength?
Yep. I don't know if your vocal cords are strong enough to match this magic.
Even with my thaumaturgy.
Yeah, it might go through with that, so I'll give you a regular roll. It's going to be a DC... I'm looking for a DC 12.
DC 12? Just like a straight strength, like
but a strength,
or...
yeah, no skill, just using your strength.
Okay, so does that mean I'm just using my strength stat, or am I using the one from the save throw?
So you're not using your athletics, you're just using strength. Just whatever the modifier is.
11.
So everyone on the other side, the door's bowing, you hear like from the other side.
God, what are they doing to her?
This
All right, that's my turn. I did what I could.
Let's see.
Oh wait, how much of my movement have I done to get through the portal?
You moved up like 10, 15, 20, you used 20 feet.
Okay, I'll move up another 10 feet just to get some. Yeah, I step over the body. I step over the body.
I imagine she like came through the portal and just like crushed this guy's head, right? Like just like landed like through
Yep.
the real scalpel.
Hero landing.
Yes. As that's happening, boom. I need to.
God, this set looks awesome, Malcolm. As always, right? Every game,
Thank
take a
you.
shot every time Cheryl says, Malcolm, this set is awesome. But the set is awesome.
It's gonna be a. So from the back, well, no, I can't really get it. So I'm gonna pass on that, and then we're
Just
gonna
off
move
screen,
to.
Malcolm's like, I'll wait. With
I'm gonna
the
pat-
off screen.
Machina, you are up, I believe. Actually, Demetrius gone. Yeah, the Machina.
Machina is gonna cast False Life on himself at 4th level, and then activate the Blade Song and hobble on over because he's not looking too great.
15 gets him like woof, appearing on the other side of the portal, walking out right here, seeing the wake, the body laying smattered, the head crushed on the guy in front of him, missing a hand.
I
And
should
seeing the
go
enemies.
after him since I should have went first. Yeah.
Oh, you were.
No, it's,
Machina was
you got a
19.
17. Yeah, you got
You're
a
17.
I got a
Oh,
surprise.
you didn't-
I got a surprise round.
Oh,
And then, yeah,
you
Bo
see,
got a surprise round.
Bo fucked me up. I'm sorry. I'll shut the fuck up.
So Machina, now you see, and like as you cross over, you just kind of hear the tail end of like Demetria being like, "Focus on the night," like you see the guy like cowing like with his hands up, and
Pose aggressively because I've already used my action and bonus action.
okay. So anything else? Just standing there.
Just standing there menacingly.
Okay.
Blanking me where you're backing me up.
Nice. Just weapons out. As we kind of camera spin to Bo, who's now as you've watched two of your allies, your friends go through. You're up.
I am gonna just go through. Oh, I'm gonna be like, Pence, quick, hide, and then I'm gonna have Pence go into my trench coat, and then I'm gonna run through.
Nice. Yep. So as you appear on the other side, seeing the same sight before your eyes, you would only have moved 10 feet.
Cool.
'Cause you-
I think I can close. I have another 30 feet. Can I close with the knight?
Yep.
Cool. And then I'm gonna take attacks. All reckless, all great weapon master. First attack is an 18.
That will hit.
Second attack is not great. An 11. Third attack is a 14.
14 misses.
Okay.
What was the second one? The second one was what?
It was 11. It was low.
That one missed as well.
Okay, so let's see.
Mr. 3 attacks over here.
19 points of slashing damage and then 6 points of force damage.
Damn.
So he tries to block, but I mean, just the weight and the ferocity of Bo, like, almost causes him to stagger back. The other soldiers are still kind of cringing in fear, not wanting to push forward. Shields up. That one attack landed and did some decent damage. He's happy to be kind of like to move out of the way of the others. Swings. Is that into Bo's turn?
Yes.
All right. The knight will swing back at Bo for 16 to hit.
That hits.
It does, and then swings again, opening him up, hoping for another for 25, and then again. So they both have 3 as they're like jousting, going back and forth, swinging this long sword for 23, So every one of the knights like slashing Bo across the body as Bo takes
Boo, you gave up on your chance at freedom.
15 points off the first slash of necrotic damage.
Okay, 15, 7.
14 on the second slash of necrotic. 16 on the third slash of necrotic.
How are you doing, Bo?
I take resistance to everything except for psychic.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Mhm.
Demetrius like, nice.
Which is insanely ridiculous. But
You
yes.
see as he like goes to hit, because Bo has that like spectral bear around him. As he goes to hit, like it slows down a little bit as it enters that aura.
Yeah, love it.
What was in that cigarette you gave me?
As the knight is just like fighting back fiercely, Bo and both, I think everyone in the room can see as the knight fights and as the eyes kind of pulse with every swing. Bo can tell not only by the way the armor sits on the body and by the way it jingles and by the feel of where he's cut it, and Demetria can tell by just the aura that this thing is undead.
No, let me at him. Let me at him.
Under all of that armor.
Me and the mace are coming, buddy. Me and the mace are coming.
This moves us to Tempe.
Tempe don't know what the fuck's going on. All his friends just disappeared in a fucking closet.
I like, what are him and Amnon doing?
Don't go back in the closet.
Oh my god! I'm right here.
Most of them.
Dude, you know what? You go ahead. I'm just gonna sit down.
Tempe's gonna look
That chair looks really nice.
Maybe we should hold hands and jump through together.
Oh, well, okay.
I'll allow that, but what you would be doing is you would defaulting, so you would get your turn on Amnon's turn, you guys join your turns together, but you'd go on the same move as Amnon. It's like you're delaying your turn until his turn, so you guys can
Let's do it.
Hold on. If we do this, can he Misty Step with me?
Can you take someone with you when you Misty Step?
No.
You can't.
No, you can't. But I'm just curious.
Is there a reason what I'm asking, is there a reason you're Misty Stepping since you know all you have to do is walk through? I mean, I know it's stylishly cool, but
no, that's not the reason why I'm Misty Stepping. I have another one.
Okay. So you're Misty Stepping.
My idea was...
Do you need to be able to see where you're Misty Stepping?
What?
Do you need to be able to see where you're Misty Stepping? Or would you have to Misty Step once you land on the other side? That's the only thing I'm wondering, because I think you
have to be able to see where you're going to Misty Step.
Yeah, I have to be able to see it.
That's why
I'm not planning on Misty Stepping through the portal.
You're gonna Misty Step once you get on the side. Yeah, so you couldn't do that, but you guys could, jump in and disappear.
I think we should jump in together. I think we should do that. I think that is more about what we should do.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
So knowing these guys have fear in them and knowing that they will die either way, they have a fear that they will not approach Demetria, but they will move up to attack as they've been called by their master to attack Bo.
I think one of them just entered my range. Was one of them entered 10 feet? So I'm going to use reaction to attack him.
Okay.
Someone fucked up.
Oh, I crit.
Oh my god. He's pretty much
up.
dead, so.
Oh, wait.
Give me that damage.
I have to check something real quick. Hold on.
Oh, is there like a special thing you can do?
I just need to see how many extra dice I have right now, because I have a brutal critical. 2 extra. Okay.
Do you have enough dice?
So 40, 10, 2d6.
Bo just at him and he melts into goo.
$39 damage.
Sweet Jesus.
Not bad.
I mean,
For a reaction.
if the overkill was something, I mean, this guy I don't know if you dismember him, I don't know what, but he's, he is dead, so. How would you like to do it?
You Anakin him, you knock off all his limbs.
I would like it to be like I'm fighting the knight and like inadvertently I accidentally stab him as like I like go back to like make another strike against the knight. So I'm like not even super paying attention.
Oh man, he got foddered.
The indignant.
And
His like helmet's attached to the to the
and I don't
the
always
glaive as they go around.
I'll use cleave rules here because whenever they're like very, very weak creatures, I'll often use the cleave rule where if the other creatures like your over damage will carry over to the other one, so you end up like cutting the other guy and he's taking some damage as well. But
The first guy's head flies and it hits him.
Let's see. All right, good stuff. So then the one that is still alive is the only one as the one of them dies. Will attack for 21 to hit on the first strike and a 10 on the second. So doing 3 points. 3 points of slashing damage.
So one.
Yes,
He
one.
nicks you.
So, and he's like, he like when he like slashes and like to any other like low level, any other like regular guy he was fighting, that would clearly be like a death blow. And as it like barely glances you, he like looks up and you can like see through like this menacing cowl of the armor of the helmet that he's wearing that his eyes are in like complete terror. The man beyond the mask, and then we move to Amnon and Tempe.
Besties.
We jump in like the Wayans brothers in the Wayans brothers. Yeah. Give me a high five.
Oh my
What do we see when we hop in there, Malcolm? Is anybody even still up except
you
for
see
our
everything
people?
that you heard, so
That's it, right?
that's it. So one guy, so you see Bo fighting a low level, soldier here. And then I can pull back the camera so we can see you all, because I want to be able to see you all in the room. Shoot,
Then we've got my guy who's cowering, who we should not kill, so we can interrogate him.
You got the
So
one
we're
guy
not
that's
killing
cowering
someone?
there, and then you've got the undead knight here that is fighting.
I'm on my way.
Does it matter which one of us go, or do we both go at the same time? How do you want to do this?
Basically, what I'll treat is that you guys can you just use the role play to decide how you ever see that moment in the movies where the two people are working together doing everything in unison. This is kind of giving you a chance to do that.
I got
do it in whatever order you want.
So basically, as we come through the portal as a one dark figure, and then we rise up and you see my eyes, and then you see him just dart through towards the group, and then I immediately go for a hex to distract them from you.
And where are you hexing? Which one?
So I'm gonna hex that guy.
Yep.
And then the hex gives an immediate 7 damage to both enemies.
Okay.
And that's mental damage. And then you can go on your attack, and then I can do my attack.
I'm gonna dart in and
green
hit
for the hex, but it when I use green on this board because of the background, it disappears. So use red.
I want to dart in and hit the dude that Bo is hitting.
The regular guy, or the
I think
Bo's working both of those guys, but one
is he
looks
working
like
both of those guys?
but one looks like the stronger guy.
The
One
knight's
looks
a
like
bigger
there's
threat.
The
Then
knight's the bigger.
I'm gonna go for that dude. Whatever dude I imagine is. I think I know who would be the bigger threat. So I'm just gonna go and
You would.
take a couple of shinks at that dude right there. You know what I mean? You like that sound
I
effect?
love it. Yeah, you get the shing in. Shing.
I feel like, oh my god, I feel like we're playing Diablo.
Let's see. That's not gonna get good. Let's see. I don't know if that's
the
gonna.
shing's gonna be
The shing.
swish.
No, not the swish.
Not the swish.
19?
Powerful.
Oh wait, it's
God, I love playing D&D with you guys.
yeah, 19.
19.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds exactly like that. I'm gonna roll all three of them. You tell me if they're roll.
You do it. Yep. You said 19 on the first one, which I think hits.
19, 22,
19
and,
hits.
and 19. So 2 19s and a 22.
All right. My
All
two
right.
19s. Yeah, so you hit all three.
Shink,
So you're
shink,
just
shink.
coming in hot.
Shink, shink.
Shink.
And let's roll damage.
Shinking up
It
and down.
reminds me of like that. Like I can literally can see like the comics. It's like whenever Wolverine pulled his claws in the comics. Like,
That's exactly what
the
it is, yeah.
Snick.
Yeah.
For 29 damage.
Jeez. All right. Good amount of damage. Take that. 29.
I'm not going to use.
That's all three though, right?
That's all.
Pretty-
That's all three. I don't think I
stabbing,
want to
coming
do
through.
anything else because I feel like I just got in here. We busted in the room. We don't really have an assessment of what's happening, so I'm not going to do like my Hadouken special moves. I just want to like, chink chink chink. I want to feel out what happens. You know. Exactly. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what this guy looks like.
Shink, 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 shink your boot.
Thank you.
I got you.
So at that moment, as you're working this night,
Secrets.
this bookshelf or counter shelf falls over, and there's like a little alcove that's hidden by the shelf. As someone emerges, someone like slips down out of. There's like you notice on this side there's a mantle, like a little fireplace, and a person slips out of that. And these two women with staffs, one steps out in red robes, and they both step out. And
Women.
Their hand, one's long, like has just long red hair, the other has long black hair. They clearly are spellcasters. Everybody you've met so far is like holding a staff of some type, and their hands go out in the same configuration, and this fire begins to pool and fires into a cone. So like burning hands, 15 feet cone here. To get.
I'll counter spell her.
Okay, so a counter spell to. Then the
other one fireballs now.
Another one you get counterspelled. Your counterspell gets counterspelled by this lady in white regal hair, all put up. You're counterspelling that. You have a reaction left? You can do it.
I don't have counterspell.
Oh, I'm making sure. Do you have? Yeah, you're a barbarian. Jesus. Knowing these days, knowing these crazy
so
builds,
good.
you never know.
Yeah.
So it would be. So there is a lady here, and she slips out from her hiding place,
Cute mini.
and she counterspells Demetria.
A woman.
Buy me a drink first.
And so the burning hands. I
Well,
need dex
not very
saves.
women supporting women of you.
Not during Women's History Month, guys. Come
I've
on.
had that here with evil.
If it's all
women.
fairness, your group only has one woman, and they are attacking indiscriminately all these men. So, kind of like,
Women's rights. I support women's wrongs.
I support women's
All right, they're
wrongs.
not going.
that was good. So
Inspiration.
yeah, you can take inspiration for that. That was good. So everyone in the room could give me, Demetria, you're gonna give me 2 dex saves. Sorry, it's just because your code, the code is crossing you. Twice. So.
Women want me. What can I say? Women want me. The power of Demetria. Dex save.
Quit
Oh,
antagonizing dangerous women, Demetria.
I'm antagonizing them by being here. I'm antagonizing them by existing.
Boy got a 19 dex save.
They are just blocking me
17.
immediately.
What's
remember the
Demetria's?
Plus 3.
Oh wait, +3. Dirty. No,
So
21. No, dirty 20.
All right,
I got a
pass.
12. I got a 12 on one and a 21 on the other.
Woo! I rolled a 12.
Okay.
And I will use my reaction to cast Absorb Elements.
That's
Okay.
smart. I like
Absorb those elements.
I have to say the board is incredibly colorful tonight. This is a very
Right,
good.
but look at the he painted on the light coming out of the window.
I know,
and
I'm a
painted
slut for that
on-
light.
So I wasn't gonna
shards
say
of the
anything. I
mirror.
wasn't gonna say anything. I was gonna wait till later, but that's really fucking impressive.
Mhm.
I wish I could say I painted it, but it's a what it is it's a
Hey, Malcolm.
it's a
Malcolm?
printed mat.
Hey,
with
Malcolm.
yeah.
You painted that.
You painted that up. You did.
In
You
our
painted
hearts.
it. Come on.
I do that.
I keep myself honest. I keep myself honest. If so if the rolls, the damage is gonna be 16 if you failed and 8 if you pass. It's not much, just a burn.
So that's
Four.
from
It's an 8 if you roll a 20.
And then if you got what? So when you needed to pass a DC 14
so I passed one and I failed the other.
and you failed one, so then you're gonna get 16 plus 8. So
32.
32.
Aw.
16 plus 8 is 16 plus
No,
8.
that's not correct. That's not correct.
It's
24.
not 32.
24.
Yeah, it's 24.
24.
I was thinking 16
Wait.
plus 16.
It's 24, but because
24.
your girl's a red tiefling, it's actually half because I'm resistant to fire damage.
Amazing, beautiful, stunning, never been seen.
And now the lady who counterspelled, it's her turn. She
Oh, wait,
Hmm?
Hellish Rebuke here, please.
Okay, Hellish Rebuke.
Deck save. Your turn for a deck save, babe. We're all deck
She will
saving
go
up in
for
here.
it. And you can all tell that she's a higher level mage.
Shucks.
She will fail. Oh, I think she's gonna fail that for a whopping 10. So yeah.
Cool. So she takes 18 points of fire damage.
Okay. She don't have a lot of hit points, but so then the fire hits her. Ah! She like burns. She like uses her hands to like create wind. It's like she kind of like throws her hands down and the fire just kind of goes out, and her face is like slightly burned, and she knows Dimitri like just rebuked her. And
Demetria touches her tongue. On
Yeah.
armor.
And if it's fire you want, it's fire you get. Her hands go out. Lightning crashes through the window. Thunder crashes. Everyone, give me
that was
another-
lightning, not fire.
Another dex. I know I should have. Another dex save
She's fireball.
for fireball. She's fireball in the room.
Boo.
This one
Man,
is
what's
higher.
wrong with these chicks? Why they busting here? Like, what's
This
going
is
on?
this is a DC 16.
Because they want me. It's because they want me. Remember, it's +3 if you're near me. Deck save.
Am I near
19.
you?
Back then they didn't want me.
Am I near you?
Now
Yeah.
with Muhammad, they all
You
over.
are. You're right there. Yeah.
Okay, then I got
18.
19. 19.
I also got a
Okay.
19.
All right, so
Praise the
let's
Lord.
Roll damage.
Oh,
It's Demetra.
I got a 13.
No.
So if you failed, you will take 30 points of fire damage. If you pass, you'll take 15.
And if you're
The
me,
fire
that lowers
the fire rolls around
I also take some.
her enemies.
I
Amnon
also
is
take
down.
7.
Damn it. Oh, I know.
Stop it.
I mean, how could you go down when you look like Vin Diesel? I mean, family is here for you.
It's about family.
We got you, buddy.
Where's my family?
All right, so that also ends. That's the last thing. So she's just like standing there menacingly, and then she will back up deeper into the
Oh.
darkness of the hall. The other lady stand their ground. We move to turn 2. Dimitri, you're up.
All right, ladies at the wazoo. Shit. Okay, so we got the two ladies. now
And
we
can
got
I have from you, Dimitri? This is like a free insight check.
insight? Don't mind if I do. 10.
Okay, you're just fighting. Let's go.
Let's go. I'm going to. God, because Amnon's behind me. Do I have any? Sorry, my Ohan going down has changed my plans. Reaction, bonus action, sanctuary. Yeah, fuck it. Sorry, Doc. I'm gonna go up and I'm going to try and because I've seen that this guy is undead, And
Yep.
so I think I can probably, if I have the Mace of Disruption, I might be able to.
That means his hex
Prolong
is
this.
gone.
No. Yeah, so I'm going to attack him twice.
All right.
First attack with the Mace of Disruption, 21.
It's going to hit.
Second attack, that went out. And it was a 1 anyway. Second one's not gonna hit. Dice God keeping me humble. It ran out of my thing and was a 1. I decided since it ran out, I'll roll it again. It was a 1 inside the
No.
so Dice God keeping me humble. So the first attack. So he is undead, confirm.
Mm-hmm.
So that means I get the extra d6s of the Mace of Disruption, plus I get the d8, plus I'm going to do a first level Divine Smite, which is going to be 2d8 plus an extra d8 because he is undead. Do you want the bludgeoning damage separate from the radiant, or?
Nope, I'll take it all. Because he's not resistant to the bludgeoning, so. Because your weapon's magical anyway, so yeah.
Yes.
Ah, my spine.
Are you okay, Lex?
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm just old.
Old
Some spirit guardians moving
You're like,
through your
you're
body.
older than me.
You
So am I.
say I'm younger than you? No, I'm not.
No, you're a
I'm
year
old.
older than me.
Yeah, I'm a year older than you.
Yeah, so you can't be old.
Yeah, so wait till you're my
Wait
age.
till
and
you're
then see
way
what
older.
happens.
One more year to go.
I've got my single gray hair right now. You're making me forget my numbers. 18 plus 25, 30
Ooh.
plus 30 plus 4, 34 points of damage.
You can see yourself like you can see he's staggered. Like you can see if it was a video game, he's flashing red. Do you want to dump a divine smite or do you?
He looks pretty. Is he under? Is he at 25 hit points or lower?
Is that a question that I have to answer honestly? Like, what is this?
Yes,
ability?
because,
What does that mean? What
Because
does that
with the
even
mace,
mean?
because with the Mace of Disruption,
Mhm.
if he has 25 hit points or fewer after taking this damage, it must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or be destroyed.
Okay, well,
I think you
I'm
got
about to
answer that, dog.
disintegrate his ass.
Or be destroyed.
I will destroy him.
yeah, he staggers back, and she's like, "Huh? You're under 25?" He's like, "Ah," and just like sand and dust from under the armor begin as he collapses over.
He did like the record scratch of. Hey. So.
At this moment, this guy, he waves the right flag. He drops to his knees.
Yeah, that's right.
He can still be killed, but he's a soldier.
I'm turning towards the woman in the corner, and I'm fucking pointing at her like, "You're next."
All right, nice.
During Women's History Month, Cheryl. During Women's History Month.
Yeah, it's my history, my month.
Hold your stance. The lady who's like in the darkest room behind, she was like, "We have them. They're weak. Do not run. Do not be weak like the man thing." So we move to
Man flesh is weak.
it's-
Eldragon's collected an Amazonian brigade. What is this?
She held her turn her going that at the end of the last round was her holding her action. So she's going now, and she is going to.
The lady in the back, I thought she fireballed us.
She did, but she held it till she held her action and went with all of them went for them at the end of the round. But she actually goes at initiative round 20. She's going to use
Another fire spell, please.
Did I
I'm
make it
resistant to your
did I
fiery
make it too
charm.
hot for you? And then she waves her hand, and this blast goes out. This cone throughout the room, including this guy. She doesn't spare him. As snowflakes begin to rain, kind of in this blizzard. It's kind of becomes a blizzard in the room. As I need a con save from everyone.
I would love to. A con save.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
Because
For people that are down.
yeah, what about
She does
over?
move closer. Wait, 5, 10, 15.
He's in the corner.
So 60
I'm gonna
foot
use
cone.
my.
So that should get yeah, everyone, like all the enemies that she wants in it. And she's
23.
23.
Oh, she
20,
also
22.
did not.
Ooh. James,
By the
you roll-
way, she did not spare anyone.
Using my inspiration.
Actually, I'm sorry, made a mistake. Wrong mage. That's not her. She is before. She is. Okay, I see where she's at, but I got her confused with him. So she would plan to do the same thing, but she might be dead before then. She's not. So I'm gonna back her up.
Wow,
She can't
during
do that.
Women's History Month.
She can't do that.
Can I use the
quote,
combat
unquote,
roll
unquote,
if she is
the
alive?
guy who's groveling.
Famous equality
I
proponent.
got her confused with the guy who's groveling. So he's still groveling. He's still actually no, he's dead because she burned him.
Wow.
Damn it!
And
I was gonna interrogate him. We need
yeah, I
to
know.
have someone. We need
Yeah,
someone.
they're trying to they're tying up loose ends. And so this moves us to to Machina. I'm sorry.
Alright, how far away is she? Because right now I can currently move 50 feet.
Ooh.
Yep. So she is a. You can't get to her. She's just at 50 feet.
Yep, so since I used absorb elements, I've got all that fire that I took just around my sword, and I'm gonna swing it at her.
Okay. And you can tell she's like, almost like since I said it, like she's planning it, but like she's kind of miscalculated her surprise on this attack, and out of the darkness, Machina is meeting her.
She was insulting the man flesh. Machina is not flesh.
We have established there are no juicy bits.
Or that.
There'll be at least one juicy bit in there.
So that was a nat 20 for
It's that
good
random.
old. This is gonna be a bit crazy because I was gonna do booming blade because she seems to like to run away.
Yep.
So that will be 48 from booming blade
Okay.
plus 2d8 from the sword, and then 46 from the absorb elements.
Hey, give me all that damage.
Kick her ass.
Get her.
You can roll it all together if you want.
That's 10 thunder.
How long do you think these people were waiting behind the bookcases for something to happen?
How embarrassing.
I'm embarrassed for them.
12 slashing. And 15 fire.
All right, 12, 15. When I add all that up, yeah, she's dead. So, with all that you did, how would how would Machina kill her? Right?
Have you seen Demon Slayer at all?
I haven't.
So just running with a sword on fire and then just an upward slice.
And so it goes through her face. She was already burned on one side, so I imagine the blade like splits her face, the burned side from the side that was untouched. And as Machina stands there, she slides into two pieces, and the magic inside of her kind of crackles and burns out, and the body begins to kind of sizzle. And it freezes because she was casting Cone of Cold, so it like her body like turns into like chunks of like cold ice.
She
Almost
was
like this-
smoking hot, but now she.
This I don't know who this new this Vasquez Dimitri is on a whole new level. She, I like her. Yeah, this is the Demetria in the arc that what's his face did for you all.
Oh yeah, the
that Demetria. Yeah.
She's like kind of hidden now because my Zoom thing. I had her not centered for my Zoom thing. We were just in blocks.
Credit goes to Laser Lazuli.
Laser,
Lucas.
yeah, I could.
Laser Lasley.
Laser Lasley's dope. Follow Laser Lasley.
Right there.
All right. So Machina and Machina, can I have a perception check?
Yay, something Machina's good at, and I roll a 4.
A 4. Okay. I'll say what I'll say.
I rolled a 4 on the dice, so that'll be an 11 total.
Okay. I'll say that Machina notices that there are a lot of books. Because I know Machina loves books, so there's like a lot of bookshelves and a lot of books in this part of the.
That scene in
of the
scene in
palace.
Beauty and the Beast where he's looking around the library. Look at this trove, treasures untold.
My favorite
if
part
that
of
ends
Beauty
Machina's
and the Beast.
Shut up.
It is now Bo's turn. Back in the hot room.
I'm gonna hit the one who's near me. I'm gonna just take 3 attacks against her.
Hit the one that's near you. I mean, oh no, I burned him up.
No, the lady.
The lady.
Oh, the lady. Yes, absolutely.
Wow, Malcolm forgets about women. No.
I'm trying to protect them.
They don't need your protection. They're powerful in their own right. Thank you.
I'm so sorry, Malcolm.
I'm protecting them as them. I'm playing them. I'm trying. You guys are getting me. It's fine.
Wow, you're literally controlling women.
No.
Not during Women's History Month, Malcolm. What the? Come on, bro. Comment down below.
Next campaign is gonna be
Come on,
nothing
bro.
but dudes. Everybody gonna like, where all the women go? Like, y'all
Sexist, he hates women.
You hear Malcolm is giving them all the agency a man would have because he's playing them. So he's giving them all the agency that a man.
Yeah, that I can see that. I can see the critique on that.
Okay.
I'm trying to help Malcolm.
I'm just gonna take 3 reckless great weapon master attacks against her. Oh.
So sorry, Malcolm.
Because we heard that even that sounds bad. It's like, yeah. Like,
First one is
because
16.
you could argue that because I'm a man, I'm playing women the way I would think they would be if they had men's agency, right? So it's still faulty, right? It's always going to be off. It's not, which I can acknowledge. But we're
This
playing
is
a
why
role
we
playing game,
elevate
not writing for a
female
movie.
voices, which is why I get the inspiration.
Does a 16 hit?
Yeah. I want you to write the when you're like. I always love to hear like Demetrius' take on this whole campaign and break down the way I played certain NPCs. And I would love to hear you call me out on like certain things. Be like, oh, I never thought about it like that. Maybe that's some kind of unconscious bias that I have. I'm willing to explore those things. That's how you get
But
better.
also know, Malcolm, that at least a good 75% of it is us just wanting to take the piss.
Oh, I know. And I do a good role of just taking it. I'm like, I'll take it. That's my job as a DM. I'm dishing it out to you. I should be able to take it.
Malcolm, let me hit this lady.
Hit the lady. Jeez.
Hit the lady during Women's History Month, bro. Good job. All right, here we go.
I got to make fun of you guys through text. It was so long.
Can I? Does a 16 hit?
It does.
Okay, cool. So it's gonna be 2 hits. The third one was a hit, so that one's gonna be different. Okay, first attack. 26 damage.
Jeez. Well, this lady's reign is
And then 21 damage for the
moment.
second
Her
attack.
moment is over. On the same
So-
lady?
Same lady.
Oh yeah, the second one was you like mopping up whatever was left with her on the. on the
Wait, she already died the first
She
one?
died on the first one. She
Oh,
died.
I didn't know that.
No,
Bo
I'll-
hacking at the
if you
corpse.
want to, you can use that.
I mean, I have enough movement to get to the
you
other
have enough
lady.
movement to get to the other one, and then if that would have hit, you'd have killed her too. So overkill.
Bo, killer of ladies. Bo,
Jeez.
killer of ladies. Wow.
Lady
Check your boy,
killer,
that
and
guy,
not in a
Bo.
good way.
Listen,
This fight's getting awkward.
equality.
We cleared it, right? Everyone's dead. We killed everyone. Go us.
Oh, were we supposed to save
I will
someone?
say this.
Yeah.
That's gonna make me sound. That's gonna make me sound bad. I'm like, in men's defense, 90% of men that die are in D&D are men. All the guards, all their families, nobody cares about them.
We getting fucking
You guys chop
canceled
their
this
heads
week.
off.
Listen,
You guys burn them.
listen.
You guys-
They're out here getting the roles. They're out here getting, they don't need to worry about representation.
These guys are struggling. I really do. I'm that guy that goes to bed at night. I feel for henchmen. I feel for stormtroopers. I feel for these guys are just doing a
Damn,
fucking
especially
job.
Stormtroopers, come on, nah, you
Bro,
that's over. No,
Do you
no,
really
no,
think
no.
the average stormtrooper is really like a fascist, or do you think they like
Stormtroopers.
really just work for? They just need to work because they're okay. They're part of the system. They're
We
part
about
of the
to
system.
derail this
The
game
system,
tonight.
the system has corrupted them because they have no way to make ends meet.
Comment down below
Wait.
what percentage of
Comment down below
Wait,
if
Sean,
you
Sean,
rally for fascist
hold on.
stormtroopers or
Hold
not.
on, Sean.
Just saying.
Wait, are we talking? Okay, we're talking regular stormtroopers, people that signed up for it, right? Not the
Yeah,
clone
yeah,
troopers.
yeah. I'm talking regular
Some stormtroopers got
yeah.
drafted.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Very true.
the average stormtroopers that drafted is brought into this life, and it's either that or be on the other side. Not everybody has.
Yeah.
the-
Also, people
the
sign
gall
up because
to-
they're poor, they need money.
Or like the
Like, you do
propaganda
what you have
system
to
is
to
so good they
survive.
get persuaded by the
But
propaganda.
only
we
one,
getting off?
only one broke that, and it was the black guy. I mean, Finn. Finn was the only one out of all the
He's the
years
only one we've seen.
of
He's the only one we've
stormtroopers.
seen on
He's
screen.
the only
that
one we've
we've
seen
given
on
a
screen.
voice and a narrative.
In-
That's not
In
necessarily
comics,
true.
in
History,
comics,
yeah.
there have been others.
There have been a few.
And
You're right.
Oh,
You're right.
I'm gonna roll for
Bill
perception.
Burr
There
in
is
The
one. He's my
Mandalorian.
favorite. I don't know anything about
What's
him
going on
other
with
than the
this
fact
game
that he
tonight?
wants to be a
Should we take a
Jedi, but he
5-minute
can't because
break?
he's not force sensitive. And
Is
I love
there
him.
really?
He's a
There
clone
is one.
trooper. He's a clone trooper.
He
I'm
wants to
sorry.
be a
I know
Jedi,
what
but
you're
he's
talking
not.
about.
Listen,
Well-
Cheryl.
Clone lives matter, Cheryl.
They
Yeah.
do, but I'm just saying he's not a stormtrooper. For the clones, it was different. But we're gonna have topic. I'm gonna roll for perception. Do I see anything in the room? 5.
Oh, in history, man.
I want to throw a
History
bunch of
was
books
cool.
into my cloak.
Okay. There's a moment as you all have succeeded. There are no more enemies. You don't hear any soldiers coming down the hall. There's a moment of reprieve as they finished off everyone there. Do we want to take a 5-minute break?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Let's
Do
that.
any of these ladies have like books on them, or were they like sorcerers? Were they wizards or sorcerers?
Also, how many books in that room even survive based on a fireball, a
The
burning
fireball.
hand?
This is true. All
I
this
know,
stuff's
they
fucked.
fucked this room
All
up.
this whole room's fucked up. There's another bookshelf in the room that Machina's in. There could be some stuff on their persons that you try to find, and so we'll see what. It sounds like that's what he's doing. Is he's trying to find if anything survived on their person or in the room.
Yes. Person. Well, a personable person. I don't know how I'm fucking this drunk. All these beers are like 4%.
I told y'all, I was like, sip slow. This
These
is
are
gonna get off the rails.
4%.
Oh, my joints are 9, and I'm about to be 3 deep, and I'm still okay. So come on.
I don't know. This beer, this isn't even like this is a light beer.
It depends on how you feel when you start drinking, dude. You can get drunk off 2 beers that are 4%.
It really
if you-
does. Yeah.
But like I also ate before I started drinking, so it's not like I'm drinking on an empty stomach. But
My-
isn't this like really nice design? It's just very simple. and
really clean. Yeah.
small.
Dude, that unsung, bro. I'm wild about that unsung, bro.
I'm telling you, next time you come down here, we gotta go.
Yeah, I'm wild about it. I'm trying to come Monday for my birthday. I'm trying to. I don't know that it's gonna happen, but I'm trying very hard.
Are you gonna come to the parks?
Yeah, I'm gonna come to. I want to go to Batu for my birthday.
Did you get tickets already?
No, I didn't get tickets yet. My brother-in-law is supposed to. He's
want
worked
me-
for Disney for like 20 years, so he's supposed to send us tickets. So I'm hoping he comes through.
Do you want me to get you tickets?
It's not too late to ask you for tickets.
I can look to see if I'm available. It should be fine.
I mean, I don't know. I'm hoping he comes through. I mean,
Bo, do you have it like where if we go with you on the day, like you get people in for free or no?
I can just get people in.
Yeah.
Technically, it's only supposed to be for like technically, if they're not immediate family, I'm supposed to be with them for the day. But as long as like y'all don't do
right.
anything crazy, like
Right. Yeah. Because that's how my friend used to. Yeah, she used to get us in. Yeah, do that. Yeah, we'd have to.
And you
As
can't
long as
drink
you're
it.
not,
You
like,
can't drink on
talking about
on
buying a
the
shotgun
Galaxy's Edge
really
side.
loudly.
You know what? You know what's really funny about this?
I'm gonna talk to you about that soon because you know what? Emily
gonna
probably
take
needs to go to her
Disney?
first Disney. Yeah, first Disney soon.
Aw.
Dude, I waited, bro. I waited a long time. I gotta be honest with you, it was the best move.
You waited a little bit longer. Yeah.
I
Well, so
waited,
here's the
I
thing.
waited- how old is she now?
If I go though with her, I'm not gonna try. So I've learned to not try to
the
do
31st,
everything.
right, Sean?
I would just go and
31st.
like if I go with, it'd be cool if I ever met up with you all and get some drinks and stuff and like just
Do you
hang
want to
out.
start?
Like,
do you
I
want
ain't
to
gonna
start
get on all the
Disneyland
rides
or
and stuff,
California
like-
Adventure?
Disneyland.
All right,
like,
gotcha.
We going
Alright.
again? Who's going again? What did I?
Sean's going.
I want to go.
Sean's going.
All right, reservation made. You're good.
Dude, thank you. If he don't come through, man, I'm gonna for sure.
Just let me know like the day before so I can cancel it if anything.
I will for sure. Thank you so much, dude. That's huge because I don't want to say it too loud, but I can't count on my wife's family for very much. So
Just
you know.
remember,
Leave
this
that
is being
out.
Recorded.
Remove that.
Oh fuck yeah!
Malcolm,
Shit.
Malcolm,
Nobody
you
will-
have to edit this.
No, here's
Malcolm,
the
you
thing.
gotta
Your
edit
wife
this.
will never get into 1 hour and 14 minutes of this.
Yeah, that's
recording.
true. Yeah, that's never gonna happen
Yeah,
anyway.
Yeah, but wait till
Michelle
wait till,
timestamps it. Cheryl
wait till
timestamps it.
Carmela ends up watching all of this and she's like, "Hey,
It's
mom,
just like this motherfucker here. Bro.
wait till you hear what Dad said about."
Yeah.
Oh man.
It'll be the timestamp, and then Sean, husband,
Actually,
ex-husband
I don't know
levels.
what we're thinking, but yeah, I'm letting you off the hook. But who made the last move?
Bo did.
Me.
Bo did. That means after Bo,
I gain a level. Wow.
Yeah, look at that.
No, Tippy's up because Amnon is down. We are still in.
Right. Fuck yeah. Shit.
Yeah. So then it'll be Tippy. You're up.
Hold on.
I'm gonna heal you. I'm gonna heal you. 1 second.
Before I roll, can we just talk about Ohan? And he's literally wearing a G Unit. I'm pretty sure that's the same design of like the G Unit. What? Am I wrong? Ohan, come back here. I don't know if I'm wrong now, but I'm pretty sure it is. And I've been thinking about it for the last like 35 minutes. And I'm laughing the entire time.
Go on, quick, go change.
This is like a 50 Cent Dominic Toretto crossover right now, and I'm so here for it. Tell me who's up so I can hit somebody. Malcolm.
No
Oh,
one's
I
there.
love
Oh,
the
it's just
tank
that
top.
Amnon's unconscious.
Norman Bates.
Don't get weird now. Damn it.
He's like, I won't move a muscle. I
Yeah.
won't even hurt this fly. Oh man, that's great.
Nobody's here, right? It's just us.
Nah.
Oh, I don't give a fuck.
Who would be if we're part of the Fast and Furious family? Oha would be Vin.
I gotta be the other dude. I gotta be who's the dark-haired dude who's angry all the time? I'm gonna be that guy.
Which
There's so many people on this team now.
I know, man. It's
Alright.
ridiculous. It's good stuff.
Oh, could I be Ludacris? That'd be super fun. I don't know if I could be
I think you
Ludacris
do.
though.
You could be ludicrous.
Shit, I'm gonna be doing wheelies and muscles.
You could be the Rock, Malcolm.
If I was jacked, if I was actually jacked.
You're not beneath. We only ever see you.
We know, we
I
only
know, right? Yeah.
straps up, so we don't know. Dog. We don't know.
No lie. There's a dude in the English PhD program here, and for the first year I knew him, I only had Zoom classes with him, and then one day he follows me on Instagram, and I follow him back, and he's ripped.
That's
and
weird.
he cosplays as
Oh snap!
what's his face? The Robin that became his own Nightwing. He cosplays as Nightwing. He cosplays as a bunch of like different characters, and he's like ripped. And I had no idea for the whole first year I knew him because I only ever saw him on.
I mean, if we're being honest though, Nightwing's not ripped though. He's like 138 pounds.
He's
So
kind of lean.
well,
he's kinda
JC,
lean.
is
I
ripped.
mean,
he's very cut. How's
we
that?
know what you
Very
mean
cut.
though. We
Is
know
he-
what you
is he-
mean, Cheryl.
see-
We get it.
Is he cut and lean? Like, is he like shredded, kind of?
Not bulky. He's shredded, but he's
bulky.
not bulky.
So then that
But
works.
he's got the definition, the muscle definition.
That works. Sean, give him a hard time, man.
Although we're like
I was
dropping.
like,
So I think working for you would be tough. I can imagine you coming to the office. I'd be like, oh,
Dude, I come in
my
hot
boss is here, and I'm
every
like,
day.
here we go.
I come in hot every day. You know, you have no idea what it's like. This is what I do at work at the same time. It's the exact same thing. I'm literally the same person here at work, on like wherever where I'm at. I'm the same motherfucker. That's
I
the
feel like
that's
I'm working on this ship crash. Sean comes over, he's like, that shit is trash. Start over. it's delete. Start that shit over.
I wish
With
I
like,
could say that
like a
was
little
wrong.
a snifter glass of Hennessy. Start that shit over.
That's a fair assessment. That's a fair assessment. I can't be mad at that. That's
just
pretty,
fucking
quite
with you.
accurate actually.
I love it.
Good
That-
time.
That second frame is good, but the rest of it's trash. Keep that
The rest
second
of it
frame
looks like
working on it.
ass, bro. Fix the rest of it. The rest of it's not good.
Oh man.
So Tempe's up, but there's nobody to hit, right?
Okay, yeah, there's nobody to hit, so it's.
But
if
we're
you
still
can-
in, we're still in. If you wanted to
so if
try
you
and
can help
stabilize
some- if
Amnon,
you can
Yeah,
help-
I want to
yeah.
stabilize Amnon. That's what I want to run over.
All right. Do you have a
Would
medicine?
you know
Do you
who
have?
are
Do you have a
you?
medicine kit?
Do I have a what?
The medicine kit.
Oh, come on,
One
Mel.
on Amnon. Can
We're
he
like
put on
3 years into a campaign, and you
I
ask me
just-
about a
if
medicine.
you don't, then you can't. So then you're.
Amnon has one. Can you grab it off my belt?
Yeah, can I rip
You
it off
could try to
Amnon's?
fumble with
rifling
it.
through
Bobby.
Amnon's pockets
Yeah.
while he.
I'm gonna pat him
I don't
down.
like D&D's
Pull out
rules
a
on that.
rat and like all kinds of
You
gross
can
stuff.
take a disadvantaged DC 15 medicine kit.
Tossing like a
Let's
jar.
Alright.
Let's see.
At
Come on, Amnon needs a new heartbeat. I got a 16.
At disadvantage?
Oh wait, hold on. Shit. Hold on, hold on.
Sorry, I wasn't trying.
No, it's a 12.
Ah, so it's like-
I don't get any. I don't
That
get
was
any.
totally my Misty step there from the last game.
He's like, I hear something. I hear something. It's like, no.
I tried really hard. I'm like, I turn around. I'm like, damn it, he's dead.
Amnon, give me your first
Not
death
like
save. First death save, Amnon.
Oh, yes.
I got a 4.
No.
Nice, that's one fail.
Jesus Christ.
As we
Alright,
move
top
to,
that,
but now we're up to Demetria.
There's
All right,
no
I'm
Jesus
Brito.
Christ. Bahamut Christ.
Bahamut Christ.
I don't know.
I slide down on my knees next to Amnon, and I will drop. How many lay on hands? are
Comment
there?
down below who our Lord and Savior in D&D is.
Always Bahamut, man.
Always.
Todd Howard.
It's always Bahamut.
The liar, Todd Howard.
So he's definitely going to be fine here as Demetrius providing.
I'm
lay on
gonna give
hands.
you 20 points of lay on hands.
Thank you.
Oh, she hooked it up.
Hell yeah.
I am now out of lay on hands, so no one died
Oh shit.
because we haven't rested. So yeah, Dimitri's
Next
like,
time,
Doc,
Tempe's gonna go
Hey,
through the
Doc.
portal by himself.
What's
Tempe says he's dead. Dimitri's like, what? And like slides in like all panicked. Immediately like pours lay on hands onto Amnon.
It's not Tempe's fault.
Is it
He
Amnon?
can't be pretty and smart, guys. Like this is not how it
I
works.
mean, Amnon
What did I
walked through the
miss?
portal. He's like, oh, what's up, guys?
Well, Tempe thought Amnon died. That's what you missed.
As this is happening and Amnon's coming back from that darkness.
Tempe can be smart and pretty. After all, it is men's men's.
It's
Pride
a Men's
Month.
History Month. It's Men's History Month.
Yeah.
When is Men's History
Oh.
Month?
Men can
It's,
contain
there is a
multitudes.
men's mental health or health month, mental health month.
That was, isn't it this month?
That's when you gotta check
That
your
is-
balls, right?
I'm pretty sure
Like, so
that's
you're
this
playing, is that
month.
actually this month?
I'm pretty sure it is this month.
Yeah.
That's
We
the
love men's
commercial.
mental health.
Yeah.
mental
Men's
health,
mental health care. Oh yeah, men need a mental health month for sure.
We really do, yeah.
Yeah, shout out Men's Mental Health Month, man.
Oh, it was June.
Oh,
It overlapped with
I
Pride,
missed
that's why
that
I didn't
shit.
care.
Thanks, guys. Now I'm be fucked up till next June. Appreciate it.
So
Till
the,
next June.
When you care, every month is men's mental
yeah,
health.
this- none of us are subscribed or exiled to a month. So as this all happening and Amnon's coming back, the palace kind of exudes this soft mystical glow that's emanating from these sconces. That same kind of that I keep describing, that violet light, those violet flames. That seems to be the magic properties running through this thing. These grand cathedral-style windows that stretch up the walls and cast these elongated shadows across the polished marble floors. And there is evidence of the palace. The cracks in the walls and the debris are the evidence that the palace of it unearthing itself from the ground. And just now, because you kind of been in your adrenaline's starting to come down, and just now you can feel kind of that slight sense of motion, as though the castle is drifting and moving. And if you look out the closest window, you can see all of Waterdeep below you. And the castle's still within the perimeter and the limits of Waterdeep, but it is not where it was. The crater of it is slowly moving, ever so.
I
Where is
rolled
it
a
going? You don't know.
I rolled a Constitution save to see if I'm getting seasick, and I'm fine. There's a moment.
Can I have a investigate now? While everybody's trying to get Amnon back up, Bo is like looking through books and rifling over bodies. Can I have an investigation check from you, Bo?
Listen, we all do our things, you know?
I mean,
I was like, I just met him a couple days ago. It's fine.
Machina is also looking through the books.
Machina, give me an investigation check.
Only an 11.
18.
18. Both of you give me a d4 roll.
Ooh.
2.
Also 2.
Aw, twins.
Also 2. Interesting. Then I'll roll it. Bo is gonna get the first one. Then if I go, they both to 2. Then I'll split them. So Bo, you find this book, and when you pick it up, this is gonna be funny. You guys are giving me shit for this, but this I wasn't even thinking about it being on. It's just the way the narrative is gone. On one of the bodies of the mages, it appears to be romance fiction.
Interesting.
Is it good romance fiction? Is it that the love interest?
The author is Cheryl. It's your secret name online. No, I'm joking.
Which one? Which one?
I have multiple.
Girl's got a few aliases, dog.
You gotta.
But you have a
stand.
feeling. So Bo, as you look through it, being on for a second, you're like, this is interesting, kind of trivial, but you feel like there's something to it. There's more to the book than meets the eye.
Interesting.
Machina, you find this grimoire that is leather bound, this tome, and it has the writings in it look like the writings of a madman or a mad whoever person, and they seem to be very ancient. And there's more drawings, there's more arcanic drawings and runes in it than there are words. Machina can feel some kind of, maybe because being around magic all the time, presence of magic on it, but you don't know what it does, or can't initially right now make out any of the words on the page. So essentially what you both know is that whatever these things are, you need to attune. You need to keep them a little bit longer and attune to them a bit.
Can I skim through this book?
Yeah.
Do you have a name for this book?
I will
Wooed
allow
during women's history.
Cheryl to decide what the kind of like the themes and the stories are inside the book every time Bo asks.
Is it?
And the more you read, the faster you attune. But I don't know if you have a lot of time right now. But basically, he's just skimming, right? Like he's like kind of flipping through. So, what do you
would
think?
you say, Malcolm, is this mage? Was she the kind of person who is ambitious within her career track, or wishes that she could be in a different career track?
I think she was ambitious within being a mage and wanted to be the strongest she could be, and probably, looked to like Lady Silverhands and like Avajra as like pinnacles to try to meet or be better than.
The narrative of a young mage who is mentored by a powerful archmage, but over the course of her mentorship breaks free, establishes her own school, and finds true love of her own outside of the shadow of her famous mentor, who in fact she defeats in the final chapter.
This sounds hot.
You feel like if you had a little bit more time, you would actually give me a Arcana check, Bo. I'm looking for something really high, so it's unlikely unless you roll.
I didn't roll dog shit, but I got a 16.
Okay. For a second, so you're flipping through and like the story that you're getting from Cheryl. One of the pages, for a second, the words kind of flicker, but then the flickering stops. Almost like for a second they were an illusion, like there were words under the words.
There's a spell for this. I know the spell for this. I wanted Aramis to get it for his diary. There's like an enchantment thing that's... Wait, is there? Or am I making
I know what you're talking about. There's a spell. I don't remember what it is, but I know that there's a spell for this.
I'm curious.
Illusory script.
Demetria's like peering over.
I don't know. This book's kind of weird. Like the letters get all kind of like flickery.
She just got like eye problems, and she grabs the book.
Machina, can I have an Arcana check from you as well?
Arcana check.
Yeah.
Demetria's like flipping through. She's like, they're not like describing changing positions at all. Suddenly they're in like a totally different position. I don't understand.
I would have done intelligence, more intelligence, but based on just like the little time that he has. That he's
29.
Oh shit!
I always imagine Machina reads like data in Star Trek that he just like runs along the book like super fast.
That's exactly what's happening. So as he's digesting this information, suddenly he's like flipping this book, and when it's done, it closes. Machina, the spell, you suddenly, after kind of running through all the data and the information, your book is an arcane grimoire, and it gives you a bonus to spell attack rolls, and saving, and any spell saving DCs. And the arcane recovery feature allows you to increase the number of spell slots regained by 1. Give me 1 second. You don't. Well, you have spell slots, right? Yeah, you're a monk, so you do. What does it mean? Hold on, I need to find this in the book. I'll send you over what it does here shortly.
Oh, I have the arcane grimoire items.
There you go.
There's
Then
plus 1, 2, 3, and yeah, that's it.
So yours is a. This one's a plus 1. So those are 2 things that you all have located so far, and now, as you know, knowing that you're now, this is a moment to roleplay, I think, and to decide what they do next. I know they're all tired. I know that they are not in the greatest fighting shape. They've tried to rest once already, and now they're in the palace, right? Like, the bookcase. I'll turn it over to you all.
If we go and we look in the windows, what do we see down below? Because we have the shadow on the floor of windows. Does that mean there's windows on the wall? Or...
Yes, they're on the So
okay,
when you're looking out, you can see water deep below you. Like, the mini houses, the little overly stacked, like almost like on top of each other, like favelas, and like as you're slowly drifting, and there's a lot of dark, kind of misty clouds because you guys are really high. It feels like you're really high up. And there's a sense of motion, but it's not fast enough. It's not like you're in an airplane where moments from now you'll be outside the city limits. It's almost, it feels static, but you all every now and then it's like almost like more so the feeling of being on a cruise ship, but flying in the sky, and you can kind of make out the sections of the city and see where your you can't see your actual old place, House of Spirits, but you know where it should be. You can make out where the other tavern is. I can't, skipping my mind right now. Beyonding Portal, and other local areas. You can see that soldiers are amassing in different parts of the city. They seem to be the Draconian soldiers seem to be moving towards the gates or towards the outer edges of the city right now, and many of the Dragonels are whipping around, seem to be kind of whipped into a frenzy, and there seems to be the energy that almost like they're amassing together, like they're all preparing to to go to war, prepare for war.
What direction are we drifting in? Or can we?
I think if you look out, it looks like the city goes up against
the water. Are we going towards the water? Are we going?
If we are a legend keeper, you are drifting. You feel probably. Can I have a survival check from you?
Can I give the help action?
Or nature checks, Demetria.
Nature.
Can I still give the help action?
You can give the help action. If,
Does that give me advantage?
if Bo's a nature man, I mean, spent his time outside the walls, and yeah.
That gives me advantage, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. No, stop. And that's just barely better. It went from a 7 to a 9. Thank you for your help, Bo.
So you
Big
can.
9.
I'm like trying to explain like the lay of the land, and you're like, yeah, I got it.
And she's like, no, because north is like that way. And he's like, no, north is that way. Like, no, but like north is how we always go. It's always north on this street to get. And he's like, yeah, but.
So here's the thing: there's coordinate directions, and then there's
What I can give you with a 9 is that you're not drifting towards the sea, so you're not going west. And there's a sense that, like, if you would have got higher, I could tell you almost where you might even be able to pinpoint the direction this thing is traveling. But you just know in general it's going south. So it's going towards the dock ward. It's going, like, in the direction, and because you're looking down, like, you can tell because, like, you're floating over the yawning portal. You're floating, like, over the district where the orphanage is, towards the docks where you let the people free. So it's definitely going south. But where south, don't know.
Okay.
And now, immediate south is water, right? But, you know. But then the coast
yeah, so we're kind of heading down towards, because if we go south enough in this direction, we'll travel through the countryside, basically, heading towards Baldur's Gate. Okay. Dimitri's gonna, like, poke her head out or, like, look away from the window and look towards where Machina's chilling there.
Sorry, scratch what I just said. Turn south in the north. Silly.
We're going back to Storm King's Thunderlands. But Dimitri's gonna look over towards Machina and be like, any doors, any exits in that second room that you're just in?
Machina will look around.
Yep, Machina will see that in that second room.
Someone should check out Amnon. You should check out that potion bench that's over there in the corner by the broken mirror.
Yes, and yes. I will tiptoe over there.
The fire ruined most of the potions that are, like, the glasses are all shattered, the liquid's all, like, bubbled up and dry.
Yeah, she had fucked everything up, bro, right? Like, that fireball fucked everything up.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked.
As Fireball famously does.
Like, Dimitri don't have eyebrows no more, you know what I mean?
I'm resistant. They're tattooed. I'm
okay,
resistant.
the flame retardant. Dimitri has flame retardant eyebrows, but the rest of us, we don't have eyebrows.
So there's a room behind the room, like
that
a hall,
that
and
mini
Machina sees, like, a little, like, altar. The flames are out, and there's a book on it, and the book is closed. And then beyond that room is a room. So basically, the room is about it's every one of these rooms is pretty large. They're like, 40 by 50 feet wide, and this room is large like that. And then there's a hall or a space that goes down here. But down here, there seems to be a doorway, a double doorway down this way. So if Machina kind of sees this room. And this is connected to the room he came from, where he killed that one wizard lady. So this is what Machina sees that he can report back to the group.
There's an altar with a book and another entrance.
All right.
Double doors.
Do we want to try and post up for, I don't know, half an hour to an hour?
Well, it's worth a shot.
All right, so they're gonna go for another rest. I've got to roll.
Is there a door? Is there a door between? So right where Machina's standing, is there a door there that separates this room from the next chamber?
There's no door here. It's just an opening and like a few steps that, like, it raises up, steps that go up like 5 feet into the next landing.
We should probably try and move the bookcases to at least barricade this spot.
Well, we could put it in front of the double doors. Try to barricade the double doors.
True. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's barricade those doors that lead into the altar room and take a short rest, please.
Okay.
Can I, like, rip off, like, I don't know, like a piece of wood from something and like try to put it in between or on, like, whatever door handles there are on that double door to try to, like, keep it from opening?
Take the fire
personally
and bend it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I personally feel like it'd be better to just move a bookshelf in front of the little doorway that Machina's standing in right now to make it look like this is a secret room.
We can do it
If we
all.
barricade the double doors and people are trying to go through there.
Yeah. They might be familiar with the space, though, if this is like a place to hang out.
That is true.
I like that idea. Let's barricade ourselves in here, because this way, if we start to get attacked, we also just have the wardrobe to back up if we need another retreat space. So we'll block this space.
And bring the body in with us.
Yes. Thank you, Jameson. Good point. So, yeah, bring the body in there so there's no body left out there, and we'll take a short rest here. Because
who would like to roll 2 regular? Because I'm gonna give you guys advantage. But someone roll 2 d20s and give me the highest result.
I'll do it.
roll with God.
11.
I said to roll with. Did you even listen?
Listen, God's dead.
Not that God, bro.
Nice,
Oh,
God.
no,
Nice,
Muhammad.
God, man.
Split up in 7 parts. That's all.
And so they begin camping in the tower as it slowly moves. Are they going for an hour?
I mean, was there no reason we couldn't go back through the portal?
Which portal? Yeah, they go back to the wardrobe to be in the tower. They can do whatever they.
I feel like arguably it's the same.
Yeah, we just need to. It always feels wrong to barricade and camp out, especially since one of my earliest memories of playing with Malcolm was when we did that in Fandelver's and someone got away because we were just locked up in the treasure room.
Oh yeah, wasn't that Spider or something?
Camping
Yeah.
in the middle. There's always a give and take, right? Like there's always something you give up when you rest. It's not like a video game where you just hit save. That's what I think is different about D&D. What book have you ever read where you're like, and then so and so just decided to rest in the middle of the villains, like
And
So
video
many.
games.
Every book I've ever read.
Oh, Malcolm, you'll laugh because you know how in Skyrim there's that one mission where you kill whoever, and then the next time you sleep, the Assassin's Guild kidnaps you. I never slept in Skyrim because I just didn't think it was.
It's just like I don't trust that.
My time. But then when I was deep in a dungeon, like a Dwemer ruin, I was like 3 layers deep in a Dwemer ruin, and I'm like, oh, a bed? That's funny. Let me sleep in this. And so they yanked me out of the dungeon that I was in the middle of and brought me to. So I have very intimate.
That is so good.
I was so mad. I'm like, seriously? Fuck you guys. I don't want to work for you. I was in the middle of something.
Oh my gosh.
It was like miles away, too. It was like 10,000 miles away.
Yeah, I got kidnapped in the bed that's in Blackreach, like the little alchemist room. Like, damn, Astrid, you went all the way there to grab my ass, to take me all the way to Dragon's Bridge.
Yep. Man. Do we get a purpose?
So, as they rest,
Can I?
what are they? Yeah, what are they doing? Do they just kind of like? I mean, I know they're kind of haggard. Do they just kind of hunker down? Is anybody taking watch? Now, just kind of roleplay for me very briefly what the rest is looking like.
I would like to turn the wardrobe around so that it faces the wall, so anyone trying to come through the wardrobe can't.
They just run into the wall. We hear a thunk. Ow!
You just hear like blah, 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 blah.
Looney Tunes ass. You turn it around.
So there's a lot of like moving for like the first 10 15 minutes or so, moving bodies, moving them out of the way, and then it's quiet. 15 minutes go by. Every minute seems to just kind of tick on like eternity as you are waiting for reinforcements, guards, mages, someone to blow these sections of wood and down and enter the room. But it's nothing. 40 minutes, 50 minutes, you're starting to feel a little bit better. And then comes the boom, thump, 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 and then like the wardrobe kind of like nudges a bit, and then there comes like a bit of a like a clawing or a scratching sound from the other side. You all, I imagine, are on edge, weapons out, ready, and it stops. And those last few minutes are tick by like an eternity. Those last like 15 minutes. But you all start to feel a little bit better, not safer, but at least ready for prepared and you've caught your breath. You can take a short rest.
Yes.
Man, I'm all out of hit die now.
Oh, right. Darn. Okay.
I'm gonna roll all them shitty wizard hit die.
Oh, luckily I have this one thing that gives me the. As long as my familiar is near me, I just get the highest number possible.
Ooh, nice.
Dimitri's been in the castle before, like, and I remember, I think when they originally were offered it, and they kind of were like taken on a tour, so I don't think they know the castle very, very well, but
It would have been Tempe, Dimitri, and Amnon had all been in the palace
Yep.
before.
I'll take a survival check from you all to see how well you all kind of feel like you have a lay of the land.
8. I don't.
Oh, look, 3. Not me either.
I was
Hey,
picking up silver hands when we were being given that tour.
Tippy, maybe. Yeah.
every room looks exactly the same.
17. Makina read it in a book despite not being here.
He read it in Architect Digest.
It appeared in a dream.
So
A vision.
were you there, Machina, when they were invited to the castle to talk to
No,
Lady
it was
Silverhands the
Rock-
first
it was
time?
Rockland.
It
We
was
were
No.
Rockland. Yeah, so I can't take that role. I
John
like the
rolled
idea
the
from.
books.
What?
Rolling that 20 real quick.
We need
Yeah,
you to
real
roll
quick.
a high survival.
Yeah, hit a natty
check.
for us real quick, man.
19.
Appreciate it.
Was that
He
good?
could be making that up, but like that's good.
Comment down below if that was
What was
good.
it? Was it survival?
For survival, so do you have a
Survival.
bonus for survival?
Oh, sweet. I was fucking eating a churro. My bad, guys. I'm fucking.
How
I
the
didn't
fuck
want to
you
do
get
it
a
on
churro?
camera. I was like, I fucking ran into
churro, we
camera.
completely
Where
understand.
the fuck did you get a churro?
Yeah. Did you bring it up to
Shout
share with
out,
the class?
shout out
Did you
El
bring it up to
Pollo
share with the
Loco,
class?
bro. Shout
Oh,
out.
never mind. You can have it. You can keep it.
I mean, look, it wasn't great, but it was, I mean, come on. Look,
mean-
a bad fucking churro is a churro, dude.
I'm eating cold tater tots, so I can't really.
Timpy,
complain.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
hopefully did you hear that you got a short rest? So
yeah,
you
I
can use
took,
your hit dice.
I took
Okay.
my short rest. Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
You have a good understanding, like basically, like while you all were moving things around and you walked out and you mocking and was talking about the room ahead, you have a feeling that wherever you guys go, if you find like the central, like kind of like the whole palace is kind of built around this like central corridor with like multiple stairways and stuff. If you find that, you can get to where the palace, like where you all left Lenore, right, the last place, and Tippy, you now know, because when you all are sitting here talking and connecting the dots, remember that point Lenore took you all into a side room. She gave you guys a story. Tippy, you now remember, like that wardrobe being in that room, like several floors up. Clearly they've been moving stuff around in this castle because this wardrobe is several floors down right now.
Yeah.
Right. But you think that you can get everybody there in one shot without diverting, without going through a bunch of rooms. You think you can guide them there if that's what you want to do.
That's what I want to do, for sure.
Okay. So that's something to add to Timpy's boom. And yeah, I mean, and I think you all kind of sense that Lenore is somewhere here,
I'd love to beeline to Lenore.
What do they do? You all tell me. I know you haven't had a chance to roleplay at all this session, so if there's anything they want to share now, otherwise they can like get up and start moving. And
tell
show
Demetria.
what's
I tell
the marching
Demetria
order?
we need
How
to-
are they
we need to
going?
find
I
Lenore.
want to know how they're going about doing this.
That's the plan. We need to find Lenore, and when we find Lenore, hopefully we can get her out of here. Castle's moving. Something's happening down. I'm going to tell them what I saw when I looked out the window, that it looks like they're gathering at the gates, so maybe Silverhand and Obaya and whoever's on the outside is starting to make their move, so it could be a good chance for us to get out of here when we get Lenore. And if we run into Eldricon, I think we need to... I would like to try and talk to him first. But if we need to do what we need to do in order to get Lenore out of here safely, then that's what's going to have to happen.
I think Lenore is going to get us out of here safely.
What's the code word in case things go south?
Well, welcome to the family.
Yeah.
The code word is actually pancakes. Don't ask too many. Don't ask why. Don't ask.
If things go south, I think that maybe we should try using some of those cards that you got. But only
That's
as a
a
last resort.
What cards?
do? I found a deck of cards. I thought they were Eldricons. I mean, they didn't. look like-
Amnon, this is no time for games.
Let's get
I
moving.
have a
Well, hold on. Let's
Insight.
We
see
have
what
no
cards.
idea
What
what
are these
these
cards?
cards are, right? Like that's the thing. We have no
Yeah.
idea what these
yeah.
cards
You guys know it.
Insight check.
Amnon
from
is sweating right now.
Insight check from Demetria. Yeah.
17.
Okay. And almost like you kind of like probably thumb them, like it's just a set of cards. You pick them
Just
up,
like do the shook of my
and
thumbnail.
as you flicker them, like Demetria, they like send off like flint, like little sparks, like pixie dust and
That's
magic.
cool.
And like
So,
into the air.
Amnon's
That
gonna
magic
run over
floats.
Demetria and put his hands on top of it, just to try and cover it.
All right, and now what's up here?
Do you know what these are, Doc?
I don't know what they are, but I have this feeling like it can go off like a bomb at any moment.
Demetria's suddenly very aware of like she's. Remember, like 10,000 years ago, she got that fireball bead and she gave it to Eldricon because she didn't want it in her pocket. Well,
It's a
okay,
deck of
so
cards. Come on, I mean, like, what could it possibly do?
it's probably better that we have these than Eldricon has these right now.
How
So-
much do I know about those cards, Malcolm?
I think
Like-
I think in last game I just told you they seemed like they had great power.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll ask you right now. Since you succeeded last game, give me an advantage history check.
What? I got a 14.
So you've heard stories about these cards.
Okay.
You, as a sorcerer, didn't even really believe that they are real, but just the way you felt when you saw them, what you just saw, the way they reacted, and the backs of the cards, just the kind of the jester heads and the skulls. You could be wrong, but these tarot-sized cards clearly, to you, are that ancient set of the deck of many things. A blessed and cursed deck of cards. This appears to be a half set, meaning that it does not have all of the cards of the original full set. But with that, what is in it? And you don't know what's there, but you
Can we
do know
count,
that
see
the
how
way it
many?
works, yes, you can count. So what you know is that from what you've heard of lore, is that when you use this deck, one person chooses the number of cards they're going to draw. Once they've chosen that, they must commit to drawing that amount of cards, and the magic that is on those cards takes immediate effect. Then, there, and now, shape and shifting the world around them. And you've heard the story of some people getting filthy rich, to people having their souls ripped from their bodies and being taken to other planes. Ideas of others having to fight death itself. To the last, So it seems to be a luck of the draw and a little bit of anything that could be in here. It could cause you
Come
to have
on.
great enemies. It could also cause you to have allies come to your aid. It is the deck of many things, and I can tell you there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards in this deck.
So-
shit.
Amnon's gonna say all that back to you, but not like information wise, but he's gonna say it like a child's poem.
Mm.
And it's gonna be just a poem that he's just heard around from, studying magic and thus like that, where Amnon barely even like believed in it before, but then seeing the cards, he says that entire poem, which kind of details out in a cute way.
Come on, it's probably just a replica. Dimitri, draw a card.
You have not been touching this thing, new guy. Come on. But okay, so there's.
All right, hand it over.
You
Just
say
hand it
there's-
to Machina and nothing of value will be lost.
She says you said that there were 11, Malcolm. How many are in a half deck that's complete? How many are in
A
that?
complete deck would be 21 cards.
So that's a full deck.
Yeah,
And-
and part of the rhyme that I say is the number of how many cards there are, which I say 21. And I look at all of you and I'm like, I'm sorry. This is why I've been so worried, because that rhyme matches everything but the amount of cards that we actually have.
That
I'm
means
really
Eldricon might
worried.
have drawn some. Eldricon might have drawn some.
We might
Sorry,
not
there should be
stolen those-
22 cards in the original. And so you, Lacey, have half. It's a half deck.
Okay.
Sorry.
Those, we don't know if we even stole these cards. Eltron could have given them to us. I don't know how it benefits him, but I mean, these cards have to be last resort. If
You think if these are as dangerous as you say, on one hand, keeping them out of Eldricon's hands seems like a good plan, but at the same time, do you think these are worth Lenore to him if we have to bargain?
I'd say that from what I remember, if he has even the other half, getting to Lenore doesn't even matter.
Demetra weighs the cards in her hand.
If Eldricon has it, if we have it, as far as we know, it's a random effect. It benefits him just as much as these benefit us.
Okay. I rolled under a 10. Demetria is not going to pull a card. She's going to nod her head very seriously, kind of look at Amnon like, I'll take care of these.
God damn it, I can see that you want to pull it in your eyes.
Yeah, because I'm an ex-continent addict. I'm curious. Sue me and she'll put it in her pocket.
Well, no, that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. What I meant
if this is as powerful as you say it is, and we're up with the kind of against the odds that we're up against, we need all the help we can get. We don't got Bahamut. We don't got Lenore yet. We're up
all
against
I'm
Eldricon.
saying is that if you're backed up against the corner and you don't see any other option, remember these cards. And do you think maybe each of us should have one?
Is that how it works? Can we separate the deck, or does
You
that count
cannot
as?
separate the deck. It will count as
Oh,
controlling
okay.
them. Yeah, that counts.
Okay,
as
so then
if
you
you start going like you take some.
Hey, we stole
You
out
pull
the
the
whole
cards,
deck.
yeah.
Okay.
And start using them. Okay, so then I'm just gonna tell you, if I want to tell you right now, if you see me go down, if you see anything going sideways, use the deck. You have my permission to use the deck if you see it as the only possible way to. If we're all gonna lose everything, just pull out the deck. But maybe just wait and see if Eldricon pulls out his.
Ugh.
I don't know how he could separate them.
We
I
like
don't
have a
even know if this
Yu-Gi-Oh
will
duel.
work.
We're just Yu-Gi-Oh dueling against Eldricon with 2 decks of many things.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that this is like a theme that they're like yeah, we're probably gonna have to have a
Demetria looks seriously at Amnon and she nods and she puts it someplace really secure.
I mean, as far as we know, it might not even work with with half the cards being gone.
Also, with the magic dampening that's going on right now in the city, we also don't know about that.
Sure.
All right, let's keep it
Has
moving. Yeah.
anyone tried to cast a level 3 spell? No, not this. No, someone said no.
Yes.
Okay.
Or inside the magic tower, Machina was able to successfully.
Oh yeah, you were able to
upcast
successfully. Yep.
magic missile.
It was.
but not since we have entered
Not
the
since you went to the
actual
palace.
Yeah.
castle.
I almost tried to summon an aberration, but then that wouldn't have worked. But that starts at level 4.
Yeah. So you don't know. Well, I mean, the thing is, you don't know until you try, right? You don't know if the effect is still in place until you try to use it. But
Would it still use up a spell slot if we try and fail?
Yep.
it would.
See, for me, I'm
Yeah,
good.
if it's not worth it, don't do it. Yeah.
I'll let somebody with a little more slots do that.
Yeah. I took a
warlock
gamble
life.
against.
Oh, the warlock life.
Yeah.
I mean, I took a gamble against Mark 32, which is the nickname of that Warforge.
Machina.
Yep. No, Machina is Machina. The other one was Mark 32.
Mark 32.
All right, are we ready to?
So does it say Mark 32 on the shoulder pad that's on you now?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
That's kind of cool. All right. So as they kind of look around to the dim lit hall beyond, as they move the bookshelf out of the way, they begin to step out, moving towards the direction of the double doors. They would come across, of course, the not many.
Oh, wait, what? What was that?
What?
That was the moon, Amnon.
Nothing.
That was the moon.
Things
We'll
got a little
go-
weird.
That's no
I
moon.
miss Robbie.
That's no moon.
I guess they do come across that altar. I don't know if they want to leave it be.
Can I look at that book? I want to look at
Yeah,
that
but-
book.
Yeah, I was about to say Machina would be very tempted by the book.
I know it's supposed to be over there, but I'll just move it here
Yeah.
for the sake of.
Oh, wait, what's happening with this room? I don't understand.
Suddenly,
Ah!
whoa, this table just appeared.
Then we all just start throwing up.
So Machina understands looking means with your eyes, so he's not going to touch the book, but he's going to try read the cover and the spine.
Amnon is going to observe the book, try to just look at it, see if he can figure anything out, if it's dangerous or not.
Machina, give me an insight check from Amnon. Give me an investigation check from Machina.
Yeah. I got 16.
That was confusing. What?
Investigation
It's an
from you,
insight
Machina.
check.
Insight from Amnon.
Okay.
Since he's not, because you're both kind of approaching it, having a different approach to what you're like reading you're looking at the spine and kind of looking over the book without touching it, and he is trying to get a feel for the book, right? Like for.
So I got a 16 for that.
Okay.
That would be 18.
Machina 18. There's no word on there's nothing on the spine. Are you touching the book, Machina, or no?
Not yet.
Okay, yeah, you said visual. There's no symbol on the cover, and so it doesn't make it very easy to decipher whose this is. What were you checking for, Amnon? Can you tell me again, like what you wanted to try to derive from it?
Man, I guess I'm just trying to see if it's dangerous. If, like,
Yeah, that's what you
it
said.
is.
I'll tell you this: you don't get that foreboding feeling that you normally get, like sometimes when you're around sometimes items that might be dark. The book feels, if anything, it feels from your presence. Could be a trick, but it feels light. It feels.
Amnon's gonna lean over to Machina and be like, "I think it's okay. Give it a shot, Machina. Tell us what the book says."
Alright, Machina will open to the first page, or
Um,
try feel around, or first before opening it, be able to see if there's like sort of inlaid title,
mhm.
and then open it up.
Blank page after blank page after blank page in this huge kind of tome.
There like a pen nearby.
Do any of you have a pin? I would say there doesn't appear to be a pin
No. Okay.
nearby. No.
I'd say if there was, that
Um,
would.
Anything else? What would you do with the book?
Yeah, just take it with.
Okay. So Large Miss Machina goes to like kind of grab it. It leaps out of your hands and kind of like flourishes and like lands back down. And the two candelabras that are on the the large like stone table light, and this misty form begins to appear out of the book. This ghostly figure hovers behind it, and as you all kind of, imagine, kind of want to be in your defense, the figure begins to take on a familiar face, and it says, as it takes on the visage of the man you saw in the painting in the tower, it looks like Kelba.
Silverhand's boyfriend.
Help.
And so, as he appears, Kelvin, he goes, it doesn't actually speak momentarily, just kind of looking over all of you.
Can I present the letter?
Yeah, actually. And so, do you just kind of like hold it out?
Yeah, I just kind of...
You brandish it.
Yeah, like a scroll.
And you get the feeling, like Bo gets the feeling that was a weird, like he, almost like he was confused as to like why he was summoned. And then as you hand him the letter, he holds it and kind of like opens it for a second, kind of smirks at like fond memories.
We are allies of Laurel.
You know my love, Lady Silverhands. You are allies with her.
Them
So
better than I do, but yes.
She is safe?
At last understanding, she was alive. Yes.
Well, appears we're at war, so as safe as any of us can be.
Through this book, I have always been able to still come and see my love, to be close to her.
Mm.
And they have moved me down here. I can tell that evil is in this castle. You look like adventure. You look like those who are righteous. Are you here to thwart that evil?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Will
We
you?
have traveled with Lady Silverhand through hell and back.
My lady. She went to hell? I told
Yeah, Machina has
her.
the same question. Just, you went to hell?
I told her not to dabble in that chaos magic.
It wasn't her fault. It wasn't her fault.
Oh.
She was banished there, and she actually saved us.
Yeah.
When we got there. So she's a very formidable and powerful mage, your lady love.
That's why I love her so. Well, will you give her? He pulls out it's a spectral, and it materializes. It comes from a spectral note, but it's rolled and it's sealed. Please do not, for her eyes only. Handing it to Bo.
Gotta read that shit. I know.
Just reaching over Machina.
Well,
And then
never. It's not my place.
Well, I've always been a good character, a judge of character, and I think I would know if you did not know Lady Silverhands. You seem righteous, and therefore I will grant you this. And he waves his hand, and you all gain 1 point of inspiration.
Hey.
You can all roll 4d8 temp hit points.
Huh.
Dang.
Yo, this dude hooking us up.
Silverhand's got good taste. I must say. I'll forgive
Or
him.
D8, that's a lot, bro.
Do you care to accompany us on this journey? We could reunite you with Lady Silverhands at some point, I assume.
Unfortunately, I cannot, and I must make sure my book is. While I understand, I think you are all strong. I showed myself to you. I would not want them to, my grimoire to fall into their hands, and so I will stay safely here.
Are you sure you don't want
Just-
to us to take you?
Could I put you in the tower behind that force field? Is there any way to like just toss you in there and perhaps you'll be safe behind that force
Would you
field?
take me back to my
Oh, there was somebody trying to get through earlier. Maybe that's not a good idea.
Maybe we do
Is
leave.
it best to leave it here, or do you think it's best that maybe you come with us?
If you take me, it is fine, but I cannot leave the palace as long as you do not take me beyond these walls.
Yeah, we
I
can't
fear
promise
that
that.
if my book passes beyond the walls,
we're totally out of here.
Yeah, we definitely gotta break out. So
So we'll come back.
So
We'll come back.
do you know of any secret hiding spots? Perhaps we can stash you away.
oh, simply put the book back on the altar. Why do you think they did not see me? This is the hiding spot.
Wow.
Do you put the book back down or no?
I would put it back. I'm assuming it's. I don't know. I didn't grab it. so
Okay.
I don't
Oh
know.
yeah. I don't know if Machina puts it back, but like.
I thought it jumped out of my hands.
Well, yeah, it did. It was floating. So yeah. So then it would float back. You're right. It would float back down, and as it sits, it flutters over and it closes the way you saw it, like sitting there like a tome, and then it disappears. So does the candelabras, and now it's just this desk, this shell, and you get the feeling that if the soldiers would have came through there, it definitely would have been one of the books they would have probably like picked up. It would have looked very interesting, just like you were drawn to it, but now it's just this dice or this the structure that's there.
Can Amnon just look around the book to see if he can maybe even just not look like hiding the book, but just cover it up a little bit to make it
The
look
book
like...
disappears. It literally just
never mind. I'm
vanishes.
sorry.
So it's just a stone table. When the candelabras disappear, it was almost like he was showing himself to you.
Okay.
And it's not just invisible; it almost becomes ethereal. Just it just disappears.
Gerald, could we get a spell check?
Yes. You've all secretly taken a curse. I'm just playing.
Damn it, man!
Wow.
I'm fine with you. You're fine. That was good.
Sounds like they can get a short rest, but
Hey,
Take
Demetria?
this damage.
if anything happens to me, you get this to Lady L'Oreal, right?
can do. Do you want me to just take it, or
No, it's mine.
all right? Fuck. All right. Fuck.
Listen, you're already friends with her. At least let me have something, alright?
And so you all begin, as you're talking, moving through the castle, through those double doors. You find yourself in this, as Tempe was able to guide you to the center hallway that connects to the next two levels. And on the third level, is where the palace is. And multiple branching halls that go to different places, to different ballrooms, to different quarters of the castle. From time to time, you do notice that the amount of guards are very thin, very slim, but you do see them from time to time as they kind of march through, kind of dumb buffoons to you all in terms of the way you perceive them, because they're weak and not very keen on you all's movements, even though you're moving fairly loudly through this place. As you ascend upward, you find yourself at those two double doors, and for a moment are taken back to that memory where you entered that grand hall where the sun was pouring. You haven't opened the doors yet, but what the memory of what lies beyond there is that moment where you walk through, doves flying outside, sun was pouring through the windows the last time you were here. Lady Silverhands greeted you all with all these other people in this grand dinner. You were kind of knighted here, right? Given purpose here. You're outside of those two doors.
Man, that was a long fucking time ago.
Yes.
Holy shit. Do we feel Lenore? Can we feel? I mean, like, I feel like.
Give me
Let me have the dad sense.
give me
Yeah, do I like? I feel like, you know.
It does
Give me
still have
straight up,
she still
straight.
does-
I want straight wisdom rolls.
She still.
From
Well,
the-
she might still have Salune's necklace on her.
Oh, word.
But without Ravi, we can't do the spell that he can do with that.
I don't know. I got a 16. I don't know if that's enough, bro.
16.
I got it.
Okay.
I got an 11.
Okay. So here's what
Machina
I'll
doesn't
say.
even know who Lenore is.
No one does
He's
better.
like, who is Lenore?
Um,
No, I know she's part of Bahamut.
and so I think that Demetria can.
I rolled less than Tempe.
Yeah, I know. I'm starting with you. Like you can feel.
Okay.
I think you're hoping she's here, right? More than anything. Tempe, you kind of feel like you feel her presence close. Not only do you feel her presence, but you also feel Ravi's presence. And it's because in the hall that you're in, looking out the window, you know that there's light bathing. One of the major things that's lighting this dark castle, or as you walk through it, is the light of that orb that was hovering above this thing. But even beyond that, through one of the windows, you notice that as the clouds part for a moment, you see that full moon. There's a full moon of Salune that is out tonight. And so that gives you just a moment, just a brief moment of comfort.
And I'm
So, yes.
And I'll close his eyes and just do like a telepathic prayer to Robbie when he sees the moon.
What's the marching order through the halls?
I'll lead up.
I will be next to Demetria.
I'll be behind them.
Machina
in
in
the
the
back.
rear.
I'm with
But-
Machine.
Okay. How are you approaching the doors? Tempe? I mean, that sounds like, so is it Bo or Demetria going through, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although, if we're still going to be going on for a little while, can we take a quick bathroom break?
Yes.
Me too. Good call, Cheryl.
We're probably gonna end soon, but good. Okay, definitely.
I mean, that's still good news, though.
But I want to be able to fully focus on what's happening.
yes, absolutely. So I always want to take a bathroom break if we need one. But we probably won't be going on. We won't be going on for a full hour. Yeah, we're about to close out for the night. And I'll run to the bathroom as well. Take advantage of that.
Ohan.
Yes.
Should Machina quadruple multi-class?
I don't know how to answer that. I believe you are the expert there.
Well, because right now I'm a monk, artificer, wizard.
Really? You're artificer too?
Yeah.
What are you using from the artificer side?
Artillerist.
Oh, okay.
So I
Oh,
also have an eldritch cannon.
Maybe I should rebuild mine.
Yep. And then I also got the mind sharpener and a magic sword. I didn't know when the hell I was going to get a magic weapon.
I know, like it's funny. I got the dragon collar, and then I don't know. I was thinking about it just. I was like, I never asked if that thing does anything different.
Also, is it also an upgraded spell focus?
It is. It's a +2.
I thought it was a +2 staff, as in like you whack something and it's +2.
+2 to spells, I think it was. I mean, Malcolm's here. He can clarify.
Oh, we're talking about the dragon collar and
what was your, because your staff was your spell focus, right, originally?
It was, yeah.
Okay, so it's a +2 staff, so any of your spells that are ranged or combat based will also get the +2.
+2 to hit, right? Or
+2 to hit. Yeah.
Staff that a Raka
Question.
gave you. We haven't seen a Raka in a hot
Yeah.
second.
So it is and
Does-
it's magical.
Question.
Right? So it gets that bonus.
For Amnon's benefit, does his DC go up by 2 also?
Oh,
His spell save DC.
So the thing that other people need to roll if they need to pass.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm gonna decide that between now and next game. Let me ask. Let me look.
I mean, otherwise, you did say that I'll get like a random effect upcoming.
Yeah,
game.
you'll get, because that's the thing is I don't want to
that.
say that, and I'm also going to give you some benefits of, because usually a magical weapon is going to have some added magical properties like minor and major. So I'll roll for those,
Okay.
and I'll see if so. Does DC increase between DC save for Amanon?
We'll see.
I mean, normally, if something's affecting spells as a whole, it kind of increases all at the same time.
Okay.
Like the Arcane Grimoire, increases +1 bonus to
saves.
spell attacks and the saving throws for DCs.
Okay. If that's the normal, then yeah, then it then I'll rule that. So I'll give you the +2. What is your +2? What is your save right now?
It's out of 15. Well,
So
my wisdom
So
cons
it'll be a
are
DC 18.
Yeah, 18.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you can have that.
Cool.
So that one's done, and then I'll see what the attuned, and then provide. I'll roll how many it's going to be. It could be it might be like a D4, but provide minor.
I want to read this. I want to read this fucking romance.
Commission me.
Well, it's not like a romance. It's not a real romance novel. I want to know what the fuck it actually is.
You're like, I want what's beyond the text.
Yes, I want to attune to whatever this thing is.
It's Eldracon's diary.
Oh my god, how fun!
Also, back to the earlier conversation about taking a short rest in the middle of combat, I have read 2 things where that has happened.
Taking a short. How do you take a short rest in the middle of combat?
Or where, remember you were like, what book have you read where they've stopped in the middle of the villain lair? And...
Oh, that's okay. That's
I've
good to
read
know.
2. One of them it happens many times, and one time.
Oh yeah,
another.
actually, in the Mage Era books, they do that quite often. Like they'll literally take a rest in the middle of a labyrinth where, like, and then they get attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why. So,
I keep meaning to
like,
ask you.
okay, we'll talk about this after game. But the game that I like, what I like about like games like Dragonbane is they have a rest mechanic that feels more like how you take a moment, like you take a breath, you take this like moment, and you get hit points back and all that stuff. But it's much shorter. It's like 15 minutes. You know, it's not as much of a huge boost, but it's weird than like it doesn't feel like you're camping for like a full hour. But yeah,
that's the catnap spell.
Yeah.
Get a short rest in 15 minutes.
Love that.
But I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty of those moments and stories. So yeah, it just in D&D it always just feels like they're just like, all right, let's like post up, barricade that door, let's chill. And in most situations, like in a cavern, it's perfect for like a dungeon, right? Like it makes complete sense. In a castle, it's like, okay, there's a lot of things that could go wrong here.
Not in these labyrinths in Mage Era. They're fucked up.
I agree. I think that's a toss up, dude. Like
It's always a toss up.
Yeah, it's always a toss up. I feel like you would never in real life be like, this is some life or death shit. We're in the middle of a dungeon. Let's just fucking hang out for 30. Nobody's gonna do that, bro. At least I'm not. I ain't gonna do that, man. Maybe something might, but I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, but if you healed really fast, you just have to wait like an hour, you would.
Yeah. It's
maybe.
That's why I always say you just have to consider what's happening on the other end. What has
exactly.
You have to consider what. It's not about getting there. It's not about having a combat. But what did you give up in that hour? What happened in that hour? That because if you're camping, the bad guys are camping, right? Like Eldracon's camping, like so they have time to get ready for whatever's next.
Maybe they're not because
he's having a hot cocoa. Wait, Demetri, what were you gonna say earlier, Jerome?
Oh, I was asking because I just remembered talking about the chat being dead. I'm just so bad at messaging and I keep forgetting. Did you end up reading? This doesn't need to happen now. Did you end up reading those books you bought at WonderCon?
I have not yet. I want to, but they're
You
sitting
tell
right
me
here.
because I'm looking for some new fantasy to read. But
You're like
Okay.
the worst.
Read
bro. That was like a year
read the
ago.
Mage Errant books. The Mage Errant books are fun. I like them.
okay,
Yeah.
anyways, we can continue. Let me go to my Goodreads really quick and add that to my to-read shelf.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so
The first one's
as
really
you
short.
all open the door, what you are met with is this space.
Look at that moon. Look at her. Look at Salune.
The what you notice is that Lenore occupies the
Baby
throne.
girl.
She's
As
so
she should,
pretty.
queen.
Her eyes are open, yet seemingly distant. Almost as though she's lost in a trance. Her pupils have like faded to an eerie white hue, and are dim. And there's like this otherworldly light bathes the throne that she's sitting on here. And as you look up towards those curved ceilings above, what you see is that the palace, those gracefully curved halls, like the ceiling area, is broken now. Fragments of stone and plaster are floating amid the air, unveiling this colossal sphere. Like, so really what you see in the background is literally more likely above you, kind of casting down that light into the room, almost like a skylight. And the sight is reminiscent of like the moon literally descending down into the earth or from the heavens itself. That is what you see. What do you do? She doesn't move. She doesn't say anything.
So it's not the moon that's above us. It's some kind of orb.
Yeah, it's kind of an orb. This orb that I keep talking about that is floating above the palace. That's been there for like several episodes. And so I think in this situation it might even be more appropriate to so it's like up here in the sky, and it's beaming this light down on Lenore there on the throne. And if I come back to a main, I can also bring her picture here. What are you thinking?
Nitra turns to Tempe.
I also look at Tempe.
Tempe's gonna walk forward to like the stairs, like not go up the stairs, but I want to get up close to like where that is, and I want to like kneel down in front of her.
Okay. So you all see Tempe kind of kneeling in front of Lenore.
I follow a little bit, keeping just a little bit of distance for safety, but I'm following him. Casting my eye around for any possible danger or trap.
And I'm not kneeling in like subjugation. I'm kneeling in like,
like,
you know what I mean? Like I recognize it. You know?
Yeah, it's kind of almost like you just kind of like this, like he collapses down. Like I know who you are. Like trying to.
Yeah.
Can I have a perception check from Demetria?
Can I walk along like the edge of this room, like where those columns are?
Yeah.
Just to kind of, I'll go towards us, closer to the camera.
Okay. And as you walk,
Perception check is a 5.
Okay. What do you?
Can
what's your purpose of walking?
Can I pop a divine sense? Actually.
Yes, and you're sensing good, evil.
It's let me see.
Fiends, celestial, undead.
Yeah.
Is it like last time? You sense all of it with Lenore.
No undead, no celestial, no. But you do sense. You sense good and evil. In the room.
Okay. Yeah,
Because it doesn't technically allow. I know sometimes I play it that way, but it doesn't allow you to pinpoint, right? It just say what is this?
It says you can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend and undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Okay.
So yeah, I actually can see their
So you can sense, but there are no undead, no celestial, no fiends. So it's not. So this isn't. Yeah, that's. So I'm actually giving you the wrong because it's not good and evil. So yeah, you don't sense.
Oh no,
any
good and evil.
But good and evil. So you do sense the good and the evil, and the good and the evil seem to be in like kind of mixed in the same area, like right centered on Lenore.
Okay, I'm watching Tempe's back. This is Tempe's reunion. I'm watching his back.
Okay, Bo, and how are you? So you're just walking along. You're walking behind these. Are you looking for anything?
I'm just kind of walking along. I'm just kind of trying to take surveillance of the room to make sure that there's nothing crazy.
Perception check from you.
Perception 21.
Okay. What you do notice is that the light that pours down her, that kind of dark light, similar to all that same kind of like that violet light, there are two crystals protruding from like the broken ground that have the same color and kind of cast the same kind of magical glow in the ground. A couple of the columns on your side have been broken. But yeah, that's the main thing that you're kind of drawn to is like these crystals or these, that are emanating. And then these, I think Demetria would notice, even with the lower roll, like, just those statues that are like their hands held were not originally in the room either. They don't seem to be emitting any like evil or good, but just weird. It's almost like a desecration of what the original chamber. It's almost like they brought in or these statues to change kind of like the feel. You can see the area.
Laurel would never.
Would never, right? Yeah. And there's like you can see the area off where the balcony was, where all those dead birds fell, and it's like it's desolate. Nothing's there. That's really it. That's what you guys see so far.
Machina will go stand on the balcony. Just look out upon the city.
Can I approach the crystal? I want to see if there's like if I near like get my hand close, do I feel any resistance? Like there's any sort of protection on it?
You touch it.
Or can I just like touch it?
It's cold to the touch. Nothing happens. It doesn't zap you. Doesn't throw you back. Cold, almost very pretty, like the power kind of coursing through it, almost like alluring, almost drawing you in, but not making you make any tests or any checks.
So I'll like draw my glaive and I'll like look towards Demetria and be like, should I smash it? It's tethered to that thing up in the air.
Want that thing crashing down on our heads, guy?
I mean, if that's what's gonna happen, I don't know.
Amnon, you're the only one that hasn't done anything or standing at the door. Is there anything that Amnon is doing?
Amnon walks in and tries to assess the situation, like basically like trying to answer if Demetria's right or not. Will that thing crash? Will it just disappear if we break it? Like, what can we do right now?
There's no movement from Lenore at all, right?
She's just like literally sitting there, looking out, looking past, not looking at you because she's on that throne high above you. So she's not. Her eye gaze is past you while you're trying to get her to connect with you, and you're not getting it, Tempe.
Tempe's gonna. I guess
there's like a little light flickering in her hands.
I can't go, but Tempe wants to talk, so everybody else can go if they want. But
Amnon's just gonna telepathically send to her that we're here and that Tempe is close. Just to see if it helps.
He gets no response.
Tempe whispers. He goes. He's crying a little bit, but not crying. He's tearing. Like he has tears, but not He's not really crying. And he whispers just enough to where she would probably hear it if she were listening, that we've been through so much to get to this moment. We've lost so much. I don't think we can go through many more losses. I cannot take many more losses. What would you have me do?
I would have had you not come here. And then from behind the throne steps to Eleanor's side a very familiar figure. You all know very well. Eldricon is different. He doesn't hunch. His slender frame is still slender, but there's something about like a proudness of the way he like kind of stands and holds and carries himself. And as he throws his head back, and you can kind of see his face just a bit more from under the heavy hood, you notice that he no longer has the scar of reptilian skin. He doesn't look deformed in any way. He actually is almost quite handsome. Whites, wisps of gray hair in his black hair, but his eyes still look like snakes. I know why you've come. I know you want to change my heart and save me. I know that for you, all that friendship and family are most important. But what about duty? He strokes Eleanor's hair. What about purpose? What about destiny? You see, I made a choice. And Tempe and Demetria can see pain in his eyes. Amnon, I made a sacrifice of myself to save my friends. And I hope that you would not squander my gift. And now you've come here. I cared for you. Do not do this.
Demetria steps forward and she says, "For saving us, we're all grateful, Eldricon. And you're right. I can't change your heart. I can't save you. That's only something you can do. Even now, after all this, we can all still walk out of here together, friends the way we all once walked into this palace. We spoke once about destiny and being forced into the futures that other people make for us. And then I told you that we make our own destinies. And that's still true. This whole time, I haven't forgotten you. Please, Eldricon. You don't have to do this. There's still a chance. And she just holds out her hand to him.
He seems conflicted. I consider you a friend, Demetria. But I must consider my own blood. I must embrace my destiny.
I cast levitate on Eldricon.
You cast what?
Levitate.
On Eldricon?
Yeah.
It fails.
Huh?
It fails.
Oh, even though it's like a con 20.
And so, and as you cast it, you notice like for you, what you do recognize, and I don't think anybody else would, but there's like a force field around him and Eleanor. Can I have an insight check from you, Amnon?
Well, wait. I'm gonna use one of my inspiration. Hold on.
Okay.
Please hold. That's much better. 16.
It's not coming from Eldricon. It's coming from Lenore. He's protected by Lenore.
Amnon's just gonna just growl and sneer and let everybody know what I just figured out.
And as you're trying to share that, he shares to Demetria just that. I told you, my mother died bringing me into this world, and she believed in something. You call her a cultist, but I believe, I've come to understand, she believed in me. She saw this power. She would be proud.
Are you what she believed in? Or was this thing she wanted you to be the thing that she believed in? Could she possibly have seen the person that you've turned into? The person who's helped us? Who's lived with us?
I am balancing the scales. It was always Bahamut. You talk Bahamut this, Bahamut that, Tiamat this. They are returning to one, as they should be. The dragons, they are the original gods. You should understand that, being the religious zealot you are.
I'm talking about us. I pray to Bahamut, sure. But the thing I believe in is redemption. If I could come back from where I was when he found me, the destiny, how far you've come down this path, you can still come back.
Amnon's gonna walk up to Demetria and just kind of, not like too quietly, just be out. He's one of them now. He's gone.
No one is ever gone.
Demetria, can I have an advantaged persuasion check?
What dice do I want for this? Okay. Advantaged persuasion. Oh, redemption, friendship, love and family. Oh my god, no! Okay, I had advantage. Can I?
You can also do inspiration, because you have an inspiration.
Can I do that so I can re-roll the lowest one?
Hey, I was trying to help a little by playing bad cop.
I can re-roll the lowest one?
You can.
Okay, thank God. Oh my god. Okay, persuasion. I didn't rebuke the violent anyone last game, did I?
I don't think so.
Okay, then I'm gonna also use my channel divinity for where is it?
Emissary of Peace.
Emissary of Peace, thank you. So that's gonna add a bonus. Where's the
plus
bonus?
10.
Plus 10. So it's going to add a plus 10. So that's 10, so 18. Because even with inspiration and advantage, it was still a 5. But plus 10 and plus my 8 for persuasion, that turns into a 23.
Okay. Is there anything adds with that? Just any words she wants to add on top of that, or the last word she said just what we want to ring true?
Demetria just stretches out her hand to him again, the way that they had grasped hands back in the tavern when she talked to him about how sorry she was that she had judged him when they found the Stone of Galore. And before, where she'd been reaching out to stop him to take the Stone of Galore, reaching out to him to try and mend a bridge that she didn't want to break because she understood what it was like to be in his position. Now she's extending her hand to him one last time.
I have been trying to protect you this entire time. I have been trying to send you all away from Waterdeep, but you just keep coming back. You won't go away. You won't let me go. And he reaches his hand out. And because you roll so high with the +10, only Demetria can kind of like, and I think maybe even Tempe, but can hear. It's almost like he mumbles the words, like he's reaching out to her, and almost like when you hear someone talking in your ear and you kind of mouth the words, and he goes, "No, if you touch her hand, you die. Fall in line." And he kind of like, his eyes shudder for a second.
Okay. Because when we leveled up, I got a new ability.
Okay.
And the new ability is called Cleansing Touch.
That's a lot of eyebrows coming from Cheryl. Something's about to happen.
And the ability is you can use your action to end one spell on yourself or on one willing creature that you touch. And I can do that 3 times per long rest. Mm-hmm. Is it a spell that's affecting him right now that if he were to grab my hand, I could use Cleansing Touch to end it?
I don't think you know that.
When she hears that, though, when she hears him mumbling that, Demetria, like, flinches. She doesn't, like, snatch her hand back, but he's, like, approaching her. He's, like, getting closer. Heldrakon, who is that? Who are you talking to? Who's talking to you right now?
He, right as your fingertips are like about to touch, he whips his hand away. No, I cannot. It is for the greater good. And he touches Lenore's hand instead.
Heldrakon, what good is the greater good if you're not here with us? The greater good isn't gonna be Tiamat controlling all of this.
They begin to float upwards.
Demetria's like tilting her head back. Heldrakon!
Yelling out to him as they ascend upwards into the sky, hovering over everyone. I am sorry. This is what it must be. And then his hand is still out, like he reaches it back, but he puts it out like he's reaching for you. Closes his eyes.
It's not over.
And then lightning arcs out of his hand, slams into Demetria. And then as it slams into Demetria, it arcs out from Demetria. It slams into Tempe. It arcs out from Tempe. It slams into Amnon. It arcs out from him. It slams into Bo, as they all begin to be like kind of riddled by the electricity.
Can I counterspell? This is chain lightning. Can I counterspell?
You can counterspell chain lightning, which he will counterspell.
I tried. Malcolm could never let me counterspell. Ever since that time in hell.
It's only because you guys are fighting like villains that have it. Like they're just like, if they have it, he's gonna use it in this moment.
Machina will counterspell.
Okay, fair enough. If Machina counterspells, it stands. And so as he kind of like rips, as the kind of chain lightning is about to rip through you, Demetrius trying to flow it off, and then by him throwing off his counterspell, kind of waving his hand, Machina counterspells again, and it like the magic like dissipates, and then they kind of stay floating there in the middle of the room. And then he kind of reaches back and he pulls off like these 2 staffs, and he's holding the black staff and the dual wielding 2 staffs, and the other staff is that golden staff that you remember the golden dragon holding in the room. And as what's Tippy doing in this moment? Because I know as he's been looking at what is there any?
I think at this point he's looking up in disbelief. He's not really. No one is really. So as they float up, that was an attack, but nobody on our side attacked.
No,
I think he's in disbelief right now that this is happening. I feel like he's reserved to the fact that this is it. This is what's happening. The people that he came back for, the ones that, you know, he's traveled through hell to get back to Lenore, basically, you know. And this is what the end is of what he thinks that whatever happens in this room is going to be like the end of everything, is what he thinks in his mind right now.
Can Amnon try and
Whatever that may be, he thinks that, and he's reserved to it to be that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Blades are coming out. Yeah, Amnon.
His blades are out, but not in an aggressive manner.
I
He's
know.
just kind of like what the fuck? Like all of this for what? You know? Doesn't really get it.
Amnon.
so since Amnon noticed that the shield is coming from her, he's thinking to try and Misty step up to grab her to see if there's a shield around her.
So you want to try?
Yeah, we'll try.
I cared for you. But if I must, I will send each and every one of you to Salune to be with Ravi. Because there's definitely no heaven for Bahamut to welcome you in the afterlife. And as Amnon teleports, he slams hard against that force field and drops and slams against the ground as him and tell Eleanor, lift up and prepare to cast, roll initiative, crash to black. We'll pick up from there.
Oh,
Good game.
can I
He's
Now,
in there somewhere. I know it. He's
What
in
what
there
I will
somewhere,
let
I know
on,
it.
you have one success against persuading Eldricon, but it takes an action in combat to try to do it.
Gonna do it.
And it's
All
so
about
think of it as a skill challenge. There's a certain amount of successes you need over fails. If you fail enough times, he will go full dark, and there'll be no chance.
Power of friendship time, guys. Let's go.
But you will be having to willing to risk not attacking,
Yes.
and it will just and that's per character. So it has nothing to do with who's attacking him, but that'll all be played out next session in this game. So, but I will say that Demetria would know that just by knowing that there's something in there that she can try again, but that it comes at a high risk.
Worth it. Worth
we
it for
love risk.
friendship.
We love
For
risk.
redemption.
I mean, if you're talking about risk, Machina only has second and first level spell slots now.
Same.
Add one more third.
I'm
I'm
out of
saving
thirds.
it for
I'm out of
haste.
counter
Yeah.
spells. I'm
And
out of
he's
counter spells.
high level spellcaster, so this is
You know what? He's a high level
This
spellcaster,
is
but you
gonna
know
be
what
a
else?
fuck.
But I
this is gonna be a fucked
believe
up
that
fight.
he still loves us
Yes.
somewhere in there. We
The
were the
question
first
is-
ones to love him for him. We didn't love him because of his destiny. We loved him because of who he was, not
That's
of who
right.
he could be.
Dude, especially with Amnon, dude. Amnon brought him in on this whole thing.
Yep. And we'll still love him now. It's still possible.
And what I was
You know what?
also wanted to add to that is that what they also see, kind of as the credits roll, is that as they're floating up, that the orb around the orb, you see these small figures, 4 of them.
Aliens.
So Lenore and Am are and
Aliens.
Eldricon are floating, but these four like small silhouettes of
Like
bodies.
Severin's backup dancers.
And they're like these figures or forms, they gently like orbit that pulsating globe of energy. And as the tensions are rising, you can hear the draconian guards surging in through the palace. And so at least 10 of those pour into the room. Those guys, weapons out, as the time for action has come to now. So yeah, that's going to be the setup. Guards in the room, these other figures, the light, you're all floating above.
Oh,
the
we got to
city.
deal with these fucking guards though too. That's gonna be a problem.
Although,
Well, the guards are very low level. They're like
Okay, we're gonna have to split the party. Some people are gonna have to fuck with the guards, and then
and I'm gonna have to keep.
And then
showing up.
Demetria's gonna have to
There's
try
gonna
to.
be some heavy role play on this next session. We gonna get some heavy role play.
Well,
Or-
because my channel divinity, Emissary of Peace, it lasts for like 10 minutes. So now that
Yeah,
we're
so
in
she keeps-
combat, Emissary
yeah.
of Peace is going to, and it's
She
not like a
definitely-
concentration thing. It's not a spell.
Yeah.
It's constant. So as long as I'm alive.
You know what spellcasters really hate? Stunning strike.
Well, you have to get him. You have to get to him first.
I
You
can
have to
Misty
launch
Step.
you. Misty Step up there.
It doesn't work. We're so far.
I'm not gonna Misty Step next to
Step
them.
his ass into a
He's
clear
gonna
wall.
Misty Step above them and spin Mission Impossible spider drop on top.
Yeah, I'm the wizard monk. I get to do fun shit.
Eldricon knows y'all. Let's
Better
go.
be ready,
It's gonna
You
be
don't
fun.
know me, sir. You don't know me.
You don't
You don't know Bo, that's true.
You don't know Boba, yeah. He knows what, and he has a little bit of knowledge on each of you, but enough. But he knows that core group enough.
Eldricon's like, who's the barbarian? Where do you find these people?
I would
Eldricon's
say
like,
he
holy
does
shit,
not
Machina,
know
and then he's like,
Machina.
who's this guy?
I did want to.
He was with Machina. I mean,
Yeah, that's
first,
why he was
first
like, oh
mission,
yeah,
yeah.
he was Machina, yeah.
He
Yeah,
was with
but
Machina,
Machina
even
was-
when Machina was in the house, like going
When
around
Machina was
reading
still an
books for a
attack
while.
helicopter, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where he got his fireball from.
I did when
Machina was level 3 when that shit happened.
10,000 years
And
ago.
if he's been watching everyone, they've all been progressing at a stronger. Machina just showed up.
Yeah. It's gonna be
Machina
interesting.
got
I just
new,
knew if we started this
firmware.
combat tonight, this is gonna be a 3
Oh,
hour.
shit.
It's
Wait,
gonna be
okay,
a,
wait.
it's
It's
gonna be a
gonna
whole
be a
session.
long fucking combat. This is gonna
Wait,
be a
yeah,
Real
session.
quick, real quick though, Malcolm. In total honesty, I fucked up with the bonus for Emissary of Pieces. It's not +10, it's +5.
+5. What'd you roll?
So I rolled
20. You
so
said
my
20.
it was like a 23, so it goes down to like an 18. So it goes down to like an 18. I don't know what the DC was for that first.
Okay, so it wasn't as heavily exceeded as I thought it was. It just
Okay.
kind of like just met it then.
Okay, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So just in full
But
honesty,
what I tell you,
missed-
what I'll
I
tell
was-
you
I
is
misread.
that so the DC goes up with each.
Okay.
Yeah, so it gets more
Gotcha.
difficult. So
Gotcha.
Oh, +5 for the next 10 minutes. That's where the 10.
Yeah, that's where the 10 comes
That's-
from. Is that 10 minutes? I was getting so into the moment I wasn't reading. I can't. One of the
Yeah,
reasons
I know how
tell
that is when you're
I
trying to
DM, I
like
don't
stay in
use
the
notes 'cause
moment.
I can't
and
read and talk at the same time.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so difficult. Like sometimes when I'm like, I need a note, and you just end up making some shit up. You go
Yep.
back, you're like, that's not what that was supposed to be, but it is now because like I couldn't read the notes in the.
Or like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so +5. I remember
I
that.
will say, Demetra, as soon as shit went down, Bo's first thought was like, "Sorry, fuck this. I'm smashing these crystals." So if this
Do
shit
what
comes
you
crashing
need to
down,
do. You're out of my sphere of notice right now. I'm focused on our dude. Redemption.
Machina will go take
Paladin
care
of Redemption.
guards.
Let's go.
I know nobody's played, but like if you've seen the figures and they're floating, it's my inspiration. The way I see it in my mind, it's definitely like if you've ever seen the logo for Death Stranding. There's these
Yeah.
figures that are floating in
I was
part.
thinking that's what
It's
you were
like that.
doing.
Yeah.
I know you like that
Oh.
games.
Yeah. So good stuff.
That was a
That-
really good session.
That was a
Session.
great game, Malcolm.
That was a great session.
Getting there. Oh man.
These sets were
I-
awesome. All the different rooms.
Yeah.
This set in particular, looks great. This looks amazing.
This feels like
I was
a.
so worried that the statue behind the throne is about to come to life and wreck our shit. That's what I was
Yeah.
worried.
Rest, we,
How about
sweet,
that
we
bit?
have time, Demetra.
and this one's gonna be able to
That's-
rotate so we can get.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we better not be fighting a giant space marine.
Yeah. This feels very much like we're going to be playing a new system soon.
It's gonna be after we get out of this fight. We have
That's
to shift.
close.
That's why Malcolm's been talking about it so much recently.
Also, we haven't
We are getting there.
considered the third option. We just join Eldricon.
No,
You guys
No.
could just.
He's
You
not
know,
offering.
it's on the table. Like no one's ever heard him out. No one's like listening to what his side of the story is. There was a
His
moment where like
side?
Demetria was like, what you were saying. He almost wanted to be like, what you see it the same way. You're following one of the two gods of like creation.
I'm
We're on two
following
sides
him
of the
because
same
he
coin.
doesn't destroy shit. Because he's not destroying innocent people.
What's
mean,
saying?
I'm-
If
I'm one of the idiots who lives here. You know, I'd like. For
sorry, if your religion is that I can't exist with freedoms, then sorry, I can't subscribe to that.
Or it's like right with Cyan Wrath back in Greenest, Demetria's thing was like, I used to work for the people who were like Cyan Wrath, the people who were strong and used
Yeah.
that strength to abuse people, and that was wrong, and I regret doing it. And so she recognizes that no matter
Yeah.
at what level of power you're abusing people, you're a thug at the end of the day, right? You know, like, sure,
Dude.
you can call yourself queen of the, you know, netherworld and call yourself Takesis, and you can have cultists, but at the end of the day, you're a bully, and that's...
I agree.
At the end of the day, you got crushed by a
100%.
whale.
This is Malcolm playing a cultist who is like completely, because I think there's somebody in the world who sees as like no different from someone who sees God as being like, we call things like natural disasters acts of God.
Yeah.
Someone would say, God works in mysterious ways. If he wants me to like, he wants me to have torment, I'll take the torment because I believe there's something greater on the other side of it.
Yeah.
If Tiamat wants me to suffer, I'll suffer. You know, like
Also, if Bahamut made people suffer, she would not be cool for that.
she would. Yeah. No,
That's why her and
yeah, she
Kildren,
would.
there
She
was
would
that
be
thing with her and
against that,
Kildren where she's like, yeah, you're like my boss.
I feel like that's a belief though with like a monotheistic religion where one god is in charge of everything.
Yes.
But when there's multiple gods, you're kind of like, I'm gonna hang out.
And
with
here's
this
the thing:
god.
there are
I don't
multiple
really
gods in
follow.
this world, but Demetria acts like there's only one god. Like, and
Listen, that's Demetrius'
true,
problem,
yeah.
not mine.
Demetrius kind of a cultist if you think about it.
Loyal.
Oh.
That's what her thing is. She's loyal.
I
And-
gotta be honest, Tempe really was not upset with. He didn't take Eldra Khan saying that he'll send them to Ravi and Salune as a threat.
Right? It's like, oh. Also, it's that he knows that Ravi is dead. I thought we would have to tell him, but no, he is aware. So that's also someone
He's
told
well
him.
aware.
Well, because also remember, Stigat
he's been
was
watching.
a spy, so Stigat, yes, evil Stigat would have.
Tempe's kind of like, oh, that I know you meant that as a threat, dude, but I mean,
Also, yeah, because like 10,000 years ago, I think I
Let's see.
wanted to have like an RP where it was like I don't know if we actually did it or whether I was just thinking of possibly doing it. Where at one point it's Dimitri and Tempe, where she's like if we die, do I go to the same afterlife?
yeah,
Like,
we
what do you,
we talked a lot
Yeah.
about that.
where
Yeah.
it's like, do you believe that there's an afterlife? What? Because I don't think I'm a good enough person to get into your afterlife, and so that's like a concern for me.
Well,
Kind
I
of.
keep saying I'll come pick you up, and you're like, nah, I'm okay, I'm good, I got Bahamut.
I was
And-
mad. I was mad at him for dying.
Tempe doesn't have like his culture doesn't really
How?
explore an afterlife.
Well, Tempe, I'm coming for you because you haven't been like, no, I don't want to go.
Well, how mad would Ravi be? How mad would Ravi be if Eldracon dies and then Dimitri uses the scroll to bring back Eldracon?
Oh,
Listen, my only qualm with you using the scroll is that it binds you to servitude. That's it. It's not that Ravi's
500
against coming back. It's that he doesn't want you to
Aren't I kind of
serve.
bound? I'm bound by my ideals. We're all bound by something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need Lenore to wake up.
Yeah.
I
I'm worried
need
that
her-
I'm worried that they're using her to power something. That if we get her out of the
Like an
trance,
arcane
that like
battery.
the orb is gonna drop on us and crush us all.
You
Even
know what? Let
Eldracon,
it.
though, there's something. Eldracon doesn't seem like a bad guy. I got to be honest with you.
No, he seems like he's in a place where it's because it's sort of like the thing where he's like, my mother believed. It's like she believed in you as like an object, as you as like a thing that could be acted upon or could act with.
I hate this
instructions
fucking
to do
game.
this.
I wish
really
Robbie
like
was
this
here.
game. This
And
game is
yeah.
fucking.
This is your
This
fault.
game
I want
is
you to understand this,
emotionally-
Sean. Every time this game is emotional damage, you ask
This
for it.
game is emotionally
You asked
traumatizing.
for this game. You said, I
Fuck,
want that
man.
straw. I kept
Where's-
telling you
find
about
the
how
screen cap
horrific
of
that
him
straw
saying he
game. You're
wants
like,
to join the
I want
game.
that. And I was
Dude,
like,
the
I'm going to give you that
Strahd
with a
is like
dragon.
this,
You're like,
like,
yeah, I want
honest
that
like
with a
this, I
dragon.
take it back. Fuck it. I can't do the Strahd game. I'll be
It's
crying
literally
every
what-
session.
It's
This
what
is
Cheryl said
terrible.
about like
That's-
DMs being
I
like
love
dominatrix or like BDSM. You're like, no. You're like, that shit is kind of
Fuck.
cool with the whips and shit. And then
There's
you're like
no
getting hit.
safe
You're like,
word
no, bro,
here.
I don't think I like this.
Yeah.
What's the safe word? How do I get out?
Sean needs a
Fuck.
safe word. That's Sean
I
needs
need a safe word, man. Shit. I'm gonna be
Pancakes.
fucked up about this game for like 2 days now. Jesus Christ! Look at how cute you made Lenore. Even Eldracon's sexy. Came back
People
sexy.
told me, they said, Malcolm,
love
once you
these
have a
characters.
child,
Sexy
it's going to
Eldracon.
change you. They said, you're not going to play the games the same way. You're not going to, like, use children and stuff. I was like, okay, we'll see.
No,
I was
this
like,
is-
I'm going to be
no.
ruthless as
Yeah.
ever. Oh, man. I always take my inspiration was if the world can, I know what the world is, and I fear every day for her in that way, and I'm just using those very things, those things that I am terrified
He's
of.
like, I won't. He's
I
like,
channeled
I
him.
won't stop killing children in my games, but I'll start using the children.
As
I
conduits
was gonna
of
say,
power
I don't
to
know
God.
if Malcolm's
Losing
killed a
children.
child since.
I
will say.
actually haven't. In this
Hempy's
game
killed a
yet.
couple kids.
Now
though.
Malcolm's
I
just like, he's like, oh, this child, she's so powerful, can't touch her.
Didn't I blast those kids
Floats
with,
away,
with
out of
Demetrius
range.
mace?
Out of
Like,
range.
See,
last
why
year I
kill a
blasted some
child?
kids, right?
So
I
Also,
gotta kill those kids, those
We're-
ghost
we're-
kids.
When do we kill ghost children?
I killed those
Oh,
fucking kids with
we
the
didn't
mace,
kill them,
didn't
we
I?
just
Wasn't that with the
save them.
mace?
We didn't kill
Ghost
them. We didn't kill them.
When?
It
I don't
was
remember.
it was
I don't remember this.
No,
Oh.
I think you're talking about the Castle Lantern's kids. We didn't kill them.
Yeah. I
Oh,
fucked
we
them
didn't
kids,
kill them.
bro.
Oh, but they were like monsters at that point.
Yeah,
They
I
were
mean,
like
yeah,
their
that's
souls were
That's a
gone.
good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Didn't you
Still
save
no.
them? Didn't you all? Save
We did
them?
save them, but we did
Did
fight
we?
You saved them
Osvaldo.
because they turned them back somehow. It was one of you guys' abilities that like got them. Because I didn't even know how it was gonna happen.
We bargained.
Mal-
We
Mal-
bargained.
We fought them,
We bargained.
right?
We
Dimitri,
bargained,
someone,
and he
yeah,
turned
someone
them
made a
back.
bargain.
Because
We
I
made a
remember
deal
the
with the cat. We
episode-
made a deal. Yeah, we
Because
made
the
a
next
deal. that
episode,
we would.
Amnon went and talked to them in the park.
Yeah.
Just,
And they were, like,
Demetra,
back
you
to
made
being
the
kids.
bargain, right?
Yeah.
I think I agreed to the bargain. It was like I was doing some of the negotiating because I popped a channel divinity, but it was me and Amnon had agreed to do like okay, you guys let the kids go, and then we'll do X, Y, and Z for you. I forget what the cap.
Yes, because I remember Ravi was mad at you for doing so.
Yeah, and I was thinking, or Demetria was torn about it because it didn't seem like a very paladin-y thing to do, and yet she was standing with Amnon on it. Yeah, it was like I'm with Amnon. It wasn't that I was making a deal with whoever. I was making a deal with Amnon to help him. So I was being the promissary for I was being the guarantor for Amnon making the deal with the remember it was the evil CPU.
Yeah. Malcolm, when did we start this fucking campaign? I feel like it was 27 years ago.
Man.
It was over 2 years ago at this point.
Was
Or
it
I think
over
we're
2 years? Fuck.
No, not over 2 years. It was like
no. We're
'Cause
coming
we
up on
started-
2
we
years.
started-
We're coming
yeah,
up on 2 years. We're coming up on 2 years.
Because it was, how we're
November.
all overheated and hot. When we were finishing Storm King's Thunder, it was like a heat wave.
Yes.
So we finished
Oh,
Storm
yeah,
King's
yeah.
Thunder.
Early November will be 2 years.
Yeah.
All my
Aw.
campaigns, what's funny is like it's like almost like clockwork. They all and I don't plan them that way. I think it's like I get like tired of a story and I'm like, time to close it. It's like 2 year mark.
I
It's
believe
like
me, I understand it so
2 years is like
wholeheartedly.
as long as they're gonna go. it's always.
I'm surprised you can even last this long.
I
I'm
start
like,
hearing the wrap it
we're
up.
4 campaigns in, and I'm like, all right, new story, everyone.
You hear like, get on with it.
Yeah, I
This
start hearing that wrap it
motherfucker
up
can't
box.
even go. He can't even go through one campaign with the same character. Fucking
Hey, don't talk about
Motherfucker.
Jameson like that.
god damn it, Jameson's even worse.
Oh my
17
God.
characters a fucking campaign.
James got multiple characters alive in the same campaign. I've never even allowed this. He's got like 4 characters running around.
Yeah. Hey, at least
In the
mine
world.
actually died.
Oh, because that makes it so much better.
Hey, keep saying that.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna have Rowley come down
James'
for
characters
Eldracon.
just show
to
up like
kill
Wait
and
until
then
I
it's
die.
like you see
Just
the
wait
little
until
like
Demetria
marker.
dies. Just wait until she
And then-
sacrifices
Yeah.
herself.
They're like,
Just wait
"Oh,
until
this guy."
Wait till Robbie comes over and comes to get you.
wait until you can't come and get me because I'm serving out my 500-year contract.
Each of my characters had a very valid reason for leaving.
Especially Rocklush.
Yeah.
Especially Rockalash.
Oh, man.
Also,
Curious on where Burr is. If
I
Yeah,
know.
where
I'm
is
afraid.
Burr? When are we gonna
Oh,
have our
scared.
little Burr plot?
I'm scared. What's she up to?
we're,
Where is
we're all
she?
about to die to Eltron, and Burford just comes down, slits his throat, and then jumps away.
Yeah, I've never had a story for Burford comes back, so every time everybody brings it up, I'm like, damn, I don't got nothing for that one.
I mean, she's close by.
She's in the
watching.
woods somewhere frolicking right now.
I think that might be one of those things.
She's helping out Elric. She's helping out Elric.
She's somewhere.
Yeah,
I just
maybe.
don't think she's in the. I don't think she's in Waterdeep, and that's why we haven't seen her. She's not like.
Went
in
back to the
vicinity.
Feywild.
She just got to where the
She
dragon
might- I mean,
like
there's a lot of
secret
stuff.
hideout was, and then they teleported away. She's like, "Fuck."
What I like about this campaign is that like I kind of set it for you all just to be able to like only place we really went is Hale, and then we came back, and I kind of
Baldur's Gate for a second.
Baldur's Gate for a second, but it's interesting. Like
Three nests.
it's interesting that they've stayed so close to Waterdeep, and it started out as like a Waterdeep campaign, and so it makes sense that it's this epic campaign that all takes place in the city, which is kind of unheard of in a campaign like this, right? Because I expected them to maybe go to Neverwinter. To,
Gave
like,
us a house,
Road
and that was the
and
death
they were
knell
like,
when you gave us
nope,
a house.
we're staying here, like.
You're like, what will make the city campaign really work organically if I give my family, my found family, RP obsessed murder hobos?
I mean,
a house?
17 episodes of us eating breakfast and shit.
it makes sense narratively because I mean,
We're
like,
eating breakfast together in 80s.
like if you start in New York, you're not going to finish your story in Chicago.
Right,
It just
right.
doesn't make
That's
sense.
a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
These are our streets. That's what's
Yeah.
But
happening.
the average fantasy like epic like this would have them going,
Oh yeah, people be
all
all
over
over
the
the map,
place,
right?
all over the map.
We went
I
to
love
another
the city
plane.
campaign. I love
Went
Like,
to another plane. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
That was a whole like
we did enough.
whole season like in hell. Like
Yeah,
love
well,
it.
we went to hell where we had tortures and evil and ugliness and prisons. And
Hey, we had a spa
they
day.
went to the plane of air and got to party up at Bahamut's palace, and then went to the plane of fire. The
I
I
closest
will
thing they've
say
been to
I
hell.
don't give out. We were talking about the other group the other day. I don't give out shopping episodes that often, and like the episode of like getting some reprieve was in Hale, and that's very interesting because the only other time one of my groups always talks about having the shopping episode, and the shopping episode was in Ravenloft. It was in the castle. The bad guys, the bad group got a chance to. They got a tour of the castle. They got to like Strahd like got to buy a bunch of like cool fucking items from Strahd's like from his like treasure room.
Like Strahd
Commentary,
t-shirts.
his, like,
Like I came to Castle Ravenloft, you know.
And then they had taken out all these because there's this place. Well, I won't spoil anything, but they had taken on all these deformities, and so this isn't going to spoil anything for you, Cheryl, because it's not in the book. It's like, but Strahd takes them to these witches who like were able to like perform cosmetic surgery, but they had to have the surgery awake and with no like anesthesia, no magic to numb the pain. So it was this horrific episode of them kind of being chopped up and put back together, but they kind of like went back to being whole. And then like Strahd took them to the border and was like, "Hey, time to walk through the mist. You guys can go. You guys are." It was like the first time Strahd was being nice, but he's being nice to the bad guys. And he's like, "You guys get to leave." It's like, "See you later." And they like said their goodbyes. They did everything but hug Strahd. They dapped him up, and they walked in the mist and they left. And the one character that I thought
I like taking selfies with them, like
would go, he stayed because he was so upset he wanted to confront the good guys. He's like, "I'm staying with you, Strahd. Like, we're gonna do this." And it was like epic moment between him and Strahd. Like, here we go. Like we're doing.
Oh,
this.
that's kind of interesting.
Everybody
I
else
didn't
like
like that.
Cronus, yes.
Yes, it was so good.
That's what this romance novel's about.
Yeah.
Strahd and that guy.
And throbbing members.
That campaign had so many. I mean, that
Can a
campaign.
vampire's member throb?
We had
All right,
a
guys.
lot.
You know,
Oh,
I gotta